There we go. There we go. And we are live. I've sent the email out to the special guest. He will be arriving shortly. But come on in, strap on in. Let's get ready to go. Got a good one for you today. You can hand me that right now. See the special guest just dropped down in the bottom down there. He's down in the back chat. We about to be getting this thing going. Give me 1 second to get that together. I'm still dotting some I's and crossing some T's, like I know how I always do, because I ain't never ready, because I be on CP standard time. But we got it. We getting it. Let's go. Make sure you hit the like button as you're walking on in the building. Make sure you hit the like button. And let's where we at? Intro. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
What's up, good people? We back in the building. What is going on? Shout out to the early bird squad, those that make it in here bright and early, dropping comments before I even get the show started. Appreciate all of you. Stoic One in the building, Ricardo Rodney in the building, Deacon Dave in the building. What's up? Salute and shout out to you, Sunjata Reborn. I know I'm not saying that right. That J probably make a different sound. He says, I have been waiting for Big Mike to come on. I hope his partner Tony Maceo decides to drop in as well. Shout out to Tony Maceo. Tony Maceo used to swing through. I mean, Tony Maceo never been on the show, but he used to come through. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he got a wrench up in here, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to Tony Maceo. See the God YouTube Premium in the building, says BR salute, bro. Just being jazzy in the building. What's up? Who we got? That's Excalibur in the building, says this should be a good one. Absolutely. E Capone, what's up, Excalibur? Old country boy. What's up? And no need to do a formal shout out to Big Mike from his comment, because I could just bring him on up. So let's go. Big Mike in the building. What's going on?
Shoot, can you hear me?
I can hear you good. I normally do a pre-sound check, but I've been doing this so long now. I just start the damn show. I normally do like a little before the show sound check and all of that stuff, but now I just started up. Uh, but no, we got it. We good to go. You sound yes, audio sounded good. So we are ready to roll. Just getting started here. The way I normally do it, a little corny question I stole from O'Shea. When I bring somebody on for a one-on-one, I typically start out by just asking a little bit of your background. How did you end up, doing this whole, I guess, black YouTubing thing? I don't even know what to call it sometimes, but like, what led you here? How did you get here into this space, into whatever? Just how did you? What's your Marvel origin story of how you ended up doing what you're doing?
Well, before I start that, just allow me to give my apologies to anyone or everybody when I stumble and stammer over my words, since I'm over here on a respectable establishment. You know what I mean? I tend to have no filter, but I'm going to try and clean up the profanity over here, right? So, when I do that, I tend to kind of stumble and stammer over my words.
No,
also,
actually, real talk. No, my rule, I try to keep my pre-recorded shows clean, but my live shows,
right,
you can let it all hang out. You can let it all hang out on the live show, because a lot of them I end up taking down anyway. So no, feel free, speak freely.
Okay. Also, regarding my boy Tony Maceo, he is the official voice of Mack City Limits radio show. And he did say that he might come over here and holler at you if you was to go ahead and let him on the program.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So, if that's on the table, you know what I mean, he might stop by. He might go ahead and throw his 2 cents in as well.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, after we do our interview, yeah, when I open it up, Tony Maceo definitely come on up.
All right. Well, basically how I got over here on YouTube, because I had a porn site which is not up anymore, but that porn site was up in 2003, and it basically was a exercise in power. I wanted to figure out what made black women tick, because I had partners that was out there. This is a while. Like I said, back in 2003, before cell phones, before when we had the small video cameras or whatever. I mean, we had the big beta VCR cameras going around. I had partners. I was actually going around filming females doing freaky stuff, right? So I wanted to figure out what was making these females do that, man. And I was a married dude at the time, right? So I was just kind of like on a journey to figure out what's making these females tick and what's making them do this, and can I get the same thing off even though I was married? You know what I mean? So that kind of got my journey off into the porn game, because I really wanted to figure out, could I get the same stuff off that my partners was getting off? And it turned out that, yeah, I was getting the same stuff off, but that's a side note. Don't want to get too deep.
Hold on. No, I do want to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Prior to that, you weren't. Would you say that you wasn't at all getting women to get off stuff? Was you just a one-to-one married man in a monogamous relationship and never really messed with some hoes out there? Or what was the deal with that?
I wasn't getting it off like that. I mean, like I said, I was married. I was pretty much a square.
Okay. I can relate to that one.
Yeah, let me see. At the time, like I said, I got married straight out of high school, like 19.
That's my story. That's my exact story. Yeah.
And so I never got the chance to go through my whole phase. So I went into the military, and going into the military and being married, I was pretty much locked down and shackled down in responsibilities. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really get into doing a lot of freaky stuff and, sowing my wild oats like a lot of dudes did, you know what I mean? So I did have like maybe 2 or 3 extramarital affairs by that time. You being in the military, I mean, you're going to have access to women, but not like my single partners did. My single partners, boy, like I said, I was in the military, I was down in Fort Stewart, Georgia, down there next to Atlanta. And, you got all sorts of freaky stuff going on down there, and you had the Freaknik popping off. And I was just like, man, I'm like 19 at the time. So I'm tripping. I'm like, man, I'm missing out on a lot of freaky stuff going on here, man. So I'm young. even though I'm doing the right thing by taking care of my woman and the main reason I got married because I got her pregnant and I needed to have some way to take care of my woman and my seed. So that was the main catalyst for me actually getting married. It wasn't necessarily love. It was more so duty and responsibility. So I didn't really have a chance to explore that crazy wild side, you know what I mean, that a lot of young men had a chance to explore, you know what I mean. So yeah, I really didn't know what I was capable of as far as pulling women because this was my high school sweetheart. Yeah. So yeah,
I got a similar story. Not to get too sappy with the questions and everything, because we're gonna get into some wild stuff a little bit. But would you say you not having, as you said, I even hate to call it that for men, but you not having your whole phase, I mean, would you say that's what ultimately led to the divorce?
I know that's ultimately led to the divorce was just me being immature and being stupid because I had a good woman. I had a really good woman, man. You know, like I see a lot of dudes on here whining and complaining about women, but to be fair, my woman, she comes from a different generation because I'm 51, and she's the same age. But yet still, there's a lot of guys on here that's whining and crying about women. I'm like, man, there's good women out here. And I can't fault my divorce, and I can't point it at her. It was me because I wanted to be a pimp. I wanted to be a Mac. I wanted to have quantity, a whole lot of women. I really wasn't obsessed with quality. And I had a good quality woman. I mean, I was the type of dude where I would bring the women over to my crib that I was actively pimping on and screwing on, and I would dare her to say something about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I was that deep into it. I was crazy with it, man. I was just ridiculous, off the wall. So my marriage failed because of me. Gotcha. You know, it was I just went crazy. I was on steroids with the pimping and the macking, and she finally got fed up with it, and she found someone who she felt was going to treat her better, which he didn't ultimately. But yeah, I don't want to get too deep into that because people get mad at me when I Oh no, listen, I understand completely. I push back on that. I get called sometimes I get called what they consider to be purple pill, not blue pill, but purple pill. I guess that's red and the blue together. I don't know, but because I will make that same statement. There is some good women out there. My woman that I'm with right now, genuinely a good woman until she show me otherwise. Right. If she show me otherwise today, then she's no longer my woman. But as of right now, she's my woman and she a good one until she show me something different. But I can't say the same thing. Gotta bite my tongue because I'm trying not to. I said I gotta stop throwing my ex-wife under that bus. But yeah, I can't. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it moving on that one. But yeah. So I do understand where the brothers is coming from when they talk about some things, but I don't like when we get to the point where we just draw a flat line and say all. It's a lot of the stuff we talk about in this space. A lot of the behaviors of women. It's on a bell curve. Right. You gotta put damn near everything in life on a bell curve, and you know sometimes the odds of finding a certain type of thing. That's why I'm not in the business of trying to sell guys needles in a haystack. But right, no doubt. But yeah, it's some out there. It's some out there. But shout out to what is the sincere cracking up in here bright and early with the first super chat. I appreciate it. He says, hold on, let me drop the. Thank you for putting 5 on it. He says, I'm up early, tap in before birds chirping. Keep up the good work, brother. Right on. No doubt. Appreciate you. And we also got E. Capone in the building. Been coming through, supporting a lot lately. I don't even know if you got a wrench. I've been seeing your name pop up on the super chats a lot lately. So shout out to you, E. Capone in the building. Got 5 on it. Shout out to you. All right. Is that hold on? Kwame Triple X almost passed that one. Big Mike, how you feel about mixing business and pleasure? Is it counterproductive? You can go ahead and tackle that one before I get to. Go ahead. You can answer that question that's on the table. How do I feel about mixing business with pleasure? I'm not necessarily sure what that means. Does he mean like paying for it and trying to have a real relationship with a woman? Is that what he means? I'm not necessarily sure what he means, but if that's what he means, that's no, you can't do that. You finish how you start. Either it's going to be business or it's going to be pleasure. It really can't necessarily be both. If you're trying to actually have a real so-called bona fide relationship with a woman, no, that's not going to work out. You finish how you start. So uh that's only really for your top tier tricks, you know what I mean, which I would be, because you have a situation where what you're trying to do is you're trying to get how could I put this, you're trying to get a woman to put some respect on your name while you're doing the tricking at the same time. And a lot of times, if you're just like a low tier trick, unfortunately, a lot of females don't respect you. So mixing business and pleasure, that's a top tier trick thing, man. And I like to point to the tattoo game to illustrate that. A lot of people are not necessarily understanding what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the tattoo game. I'm talking about, do you have females in your stable that you trick with that respect you enough to get your name tattooed on their ass cheeks? You know what I'm saying? You know, a top tier trick, he can actually do that. He can actually compete with a bona fide pimp. Just ask your boy Sinful to P. Sinful to P, he's done some masterful work in talking about tricks actually coming in and knocking the broad from the pimp. You know what I mean?
How exactly does that work? Because in my mind, the only thing I'm thinking is, okay, he's spending so much money on her to where she's like, hey, I'm better off here than with the pimp. Is that pretty much how it go?
Nah, it's a lot deeper than that.
All right, break it down. We can start right there. Break it down.
A good example would be your boy Kevin Samuels. Samuels, he's breaking down something that's one of the major tools, or one of the main one of the main articles, one of the main weapons in my arsenal, which is what we call the Dr. Phil moment. When you sit women down and you counsel them. Okay, like I said, this transcends money. This is all about actually you sitting down and getting to know the woman and talking to the woman and investing in the woman. Now, you got to be careful when you're doing this, because you don't want to come off like the gay male friend. You have to do it from a position of authority. And that's what Kevin Samuels is doing. He is breaking down the game so masterfully. It is a work of art when I see what Kevin is doing. A lot of dudes look at it and they just, it just goes right over their head. But man, there's a main reason. There's a main reason why all these women are calling in and bugging him about all of this nonsense. You know what I mean? Because when you listen to him talking to these females, they just scatterbrained and they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're talking about. They just talking just to be talking. You know what I mean? But you get a situation where you get a female, she comes in, she gets to run her mouth, she gets to talk whatever nonsense she gets to talk, and you get to be the sounding board, and you get to invest in her, and you have a one-on-one with her. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when you have, a pimp is supposed to know how to do this, and a Pookie and Ray Ray is supposed to know how to do this, but a lot of times they don't, because they feel that they have that gift of gab, and they feel that they cute, or they got the dick game or whatever. So a lot of times the whole aspect of just talking to a woman just gets thrown out the window.
Hold up, I think we lost you for a second.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Uh-oh. Hello?
Can you? Yeah, something happened. Yeah, no, I'm here. I can hear you now. Something happened. I just saw my screen start buffering.
Yeah, you froze up.
Okay, yeah, I'm back. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, sometimes, when you have a Pookie and Ray Ray type or a pimp type dude, a lot of times they're not actually sitting down talking to the female and acting as a sounding board and actually getting to know the female, because a lot of times they feel that they too cute or their dick game is too strong or whatever. And sometimes a trick can come in there and actually counsel a woman and actually get in her mind, like seriously get into her mind. You know what I mean? And actually show her that he values her as a person, and that goes a long way. But once again, you got to do it from a position of authority. You can't come off like the gay male friend, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. That's when they put some respect on your name, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you use that term, that Dr. Filler. It's another guy that's making YouTube videos who he used the term pimp a lot in his tagline.
Right.
He giving people lessons from a pimp, as that's one of his little
taglines. Yeah,
taglines.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah. And he said that you got a Dr. Filler, and I'm like, I mean, it sounded kind of corny to me when I first heard it, but you applied some context to it. Is that like a thing? Like that's what y'all call it? Like is that like a thing? The Dr. Filler thing? Like
that's the first time I've ever heard him say it. I'm like, me and my boy Tony, we've been using that like since 2006, 2007. We've been calling it, when did Dr. Phil come on? Whenever he came on. Yeah, we've been calling it give the woman her Dr. Phil moment. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, actually sitting down, talking to them, giving them their Dr. Phil moment, because no one's listening to them. No one cares about what they have to say. I mean, not a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, they ain't talking about nothing anyway. You know what I mean? So let me give you a brief thing of how it usually goes down in the tricking. Okay. Basically, the female, she'll call. She'll be like, "Daddy, I'm messed up. I need to come on over. I need to unwind." I'm like, "Cool. Come on over." You know what I mean? Get yourself together, and I'll be waiting on you. She'll come on over. As soon as she hit the door, she get naked. Bam. She get to the shower. I got the party favors waiting on her, the weed or the wine or whatever she want. You know what I mean? Soon as she come on in, man, I'm trying to tell you, even before she get her clothes off, she can't stop running her mouth because she just want to talk. She just want to talk. Like, hey, I don't want to hear that right now. Go ahead, take care your female body parts right quick. Get scrubbed up. You know what I mean? Go ahead, get the weed, get the wine. Come on in here, sit down, and then tell me what you got to say. You know what I mean? Tell me what's on your mind. And then for like an hour, we'll just be talking. Or mostly she'll be talking and I'll just be listening. Now, a lot of fellas would be like, "Oh man, hell no, that's too much," because you trying to actually do the tricking. So you ain't got to hear all that shit. You know what I mean? You trying to just get to the business. But me, Big Mike, I'm on some longevity. You know what I mean? I like to actually have a fruitful experience. I want to enjoy my tricking. You know what I mean? And that starts with actually having the female at least some way, somehow, somewhat being into you. And so, that's how,
that's interesting, because in my mind with tricking, that didn't happen. Right. Because I always felt like, and what I just personally didn't like about it, I mean, I'm not anti tricking, but I always felt like it's just, quick money right here, bend over. All right, we out. And and that's where I'm a little sappy. I like to cuddle and watch a cuddle and watch a Netflix movie after the sex. I don't just want to bang you and I go. I mean, there's something, there's a time and place for that. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, so I just always felt like it was just a quick type of deal. But it sounds like you talking about it from the perspective of like this tricking thing. It's like almost like I don't want to say, well, yeah, I can kind of say a de facto relationship or the equivalent of a guy who has women in his rotation. Like if you got if you got let's just say 3 women you're dealing with, then yeah, they gonna come through, they gonna chill, y'all gonna have sex, and you might make some food, or you might have some food up in there, y'all chill, drink, watch a movie, smoke if you smoke, and kick it, and then and all of that. So it's really the same thing,
right? It's top tier tricking.
And okay, so that's what top tier tricking is.
That's what top tier tricking is.
Okay, she actually like you, and you
right.
Okay, all right. Now in that situation, do you end up spending more money or less money? Because if she liking you, it seemed like that sometimes you come over and it don't even got to be necessarily $100 on a nightstand type of deal. But before you answer that question, I'm getting behind on my super chats. Gotta shout out those that support the show. Deacon and says he got 5. Appreciate you. And we got a few $10 super chats that came through. Corner Store Podcast in the building says, shout out to Mack City Limits. Love the chemistry between Big Mike and Tony Maceo. Shout out to you. Appreciate that on the $10 super chat. And you gonna like this one.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want. Everything? Everything.
Shout out to Corner Store Podcast. Appreciate you. Charles Merchant in the building. Look like he's putting well, you might want to respond to this. He says, that's why we call these dudes proxy male feminists, aka rake hoe confidence. Well, you can respond to that one. I don't even know what to do with that one.
I don't know what I don't know what that means. I don't know why is he calling me a male feminist? Is that what he's saying?
I believe that might be the case. Charles Merchant, you can clear that up in the chat if that's where you was going with it. But yeah, Charles Merchant back in here again. He says, remember the Tricks Pillow talk. Oh, the Tricks Pillow talk with rakes. Okay.
What? Right. Oh, rakes. He means hoes. Oh, okay.
Yes.
No. He's got the game fucked up. See, the females pillow talk with us. We don't pillow talk with them. They tell us everything that we need to know. It ain't vice versa. Come on, man. It's the art of war here, man. What you think? I'm an idiot? Nah, man. This is a dude that's green to the game. He don't know what he's talking about, man. But going back to what you was talking about, as far as how much money do you give that female? Well, at this particular point in the game, if she's coming over, she's getting undressed, she's jumping in the shower, she can't wait to talk to me. You know what I mean? We actually sitting down, Netflix and it's weed and wine and all that. You can get it off for a bucket of chicken. You can get it off for little or nothing because all she want to do is just come over and just enjoy the experience. Now, when you first start off, there's a break-in process, right? So a lot of times with the break-in process, you hit them with your best right off the top. You might have to spend $200-$300 on her. You know what I mean? Just to acclimate her, just to get her broke in. But as time goes on, you know what I mean? And my boy Tony Maceo, he'll hip you to this. The tricking is to get your foot in the door. It's to get you an audience, to get that woman to actually see what you offering. See, you may not be a handsome dude. You may not have a dude. You may not be a dude with a stellar mouthpiece. You know what I mean? Because we talk about cheat codes. They talk about tricking is cheating because you're paying. But me and Tony have always said, well, shoot, if you handsome, you tricking, or excuse me, you using a cheat code because she getting with you just because of what she see. So you cheating in the same regard, in the same aspect. So what a trick is doing, he just leveling the playing field because he may not have the gift of gab and he may not be a stellar a looker or a handsome, fine guy. So yeah, so he's using what he got, the trick using what he got to get his foot in the door so that the female can be like, oh, okay, I can actually rock with this dude. You know what I mean? But pretty soon it becomes less about the money and more so about the experience when she comes over and she's dealing with you. So like I said, a lot of times you get to the point where all she needs is an excuse because a lot of times these females, they have dudes and they want to come over and they want to enjoy the experience, but they feel like they cheating on their man if they don't get paid, if they don't get some sort of compensation. So if you gave them $10, $15, you know what I mean? That alleviates their guilt right there. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm like, yeah, you know, they want to come over, they want to enjoy the experience, but they got to do, they don't want to feel like they cheating on them. So
Time out.
It's crazy. Go ahead.
I recently had an epiphany, I had an epiphany on this show. We was having a similar conversation, and I didn't realize that I had done that kind of tricking before. It just sort of organically happened by accident. This was a woman that I had had sex with before. I don't know the exact sex a few times. I don't know the exact story, but I did kind of catch wind that she had a man. This was after me and her was already done having sex. I saw some stuff on Facebook, looked at some posts. Wait a minute, me and her was fucking during that time. Okay, I guess I was the side. But me and her, we had sex a few times, and that was that. It did hit me back up And this goes back to what you said about that bucket of chicken or that $15 stuff. She did hit me back up and was talking nice, and I was like, okay, cool. She trying to get it. She trying to get it back popping. Her and her dude must be, rocky again. Whatever the situation, I don't know. But I don't know. I guess she needed to get away, and she basically when it was agreed upon that she was going to come over, she threw it out there that she didn't have no gas. And I was like, oh, ain't no big deal. I got you. Come on, I fill up your tank. No big deal. Ain't nothing. About $30, $20. And then I didn't think nothing of it because that's hey, some people be check to check, and hey, you need some gas, and hey, I wanted her to come over. She wanted to come over. The only thing stopping it is some gas in your car. No problem. But I sat there and thought about it. This was long after. This was very recently while on the air. I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, I just basically tricked, because if I would have if I would have told her, nah, I ain't helping you on the gas, she probably wouldn't have came. Or if I wouldn't have, because I ended up going to the gas station with her, and doing the transaction. If I would just put $30 in her tank, she probably just would have rolled around on the half a quarter of gas she had anyway, and not even put it in the tank. So either way it go, I was like, damn, she just I just indirectly tricked the same way that you just describing that, because this was a chick. She did like me. We had previously had sex without a transaction taking place. Right. So she liked me and she was feeling me. I guess just needed being based off her dude. That I did a little research, looked at some stuff on Facebook. I was like, oh yeah, she in some shit. So I was just her little getaway, but I guess they was back together, but she didn't, like you said, she probably didn't want to feel like she was just full blown, cheating. So she just got a little something. So but I didn't realize, I was too green to even realize that's what was going on. I just was thinking that, okay, yeah, sure, you need some gas.
Yeah, but all she needs is an excuse. That's all she needs is an excuse, man.
Yeah, that was wild. Shout out to Sincere cracking up. He says, question, can she truly love you without money? Let's be honest.
All right, check this out now. This is what really is tripping me out about these dudes, man. Tricking is not about love.
Yeah,
I'm not understanding how these dudes is getting their wires crossed, because of course, I responded to your show where you had Kuda on there, and he was talking about man, don't leave with your wallet, because if you leave with your wallet, she ain't gonna love you, she ain't gonna like you. And I'm like, well, what that got to do with anything? When you tricking, you doing this for the entertainment. You doing this to scratch that certain itch that needs to be scratched, man. Where are these Negroes coming up with this love nonsense, getting that entangled with the tricking, man? I'm like, well, these brothers is green to the game like a son bitch, man. I'm like, no, you're not tricking to get love. You tricking to get entertained, and don't delude yourself. And, and this goes to the game dudes. The game dudes is, forever just obsessed with what you do with your privates and your money. They do get something right when they say, don't delude yourself into thinking that the broad actually really love you. You know what I mean? When you're tricking, like, I'm mystified how anyone can actually think that shit. You know what I mean? You finish how you start with a female. Pretty much, if you come in on some business, it's going to end on business. If you come in on some personal shit, if you getting her hooked onto you, you know what I mean, then she going to end up being hooked on you. You know what I mean? I've always told cats, I get females hooked onto the game. I don't get them hooked onto me, because the game lasts a lot longer than me. I've got females that's been tricking with me for like 15 years. You know what I mean? They've gone through husbands, fiancés, boyfriends, and all that shit. And I've been just the one main constant in their life for 15 goddamn years. You know what I mean? Because it's business. Business ain't never going to let you down, Jack. Love is fleeting. I found that out. So, yeah, man, I wish cats would stop conflating the two. You know what I mean? Having a real relationship versus tricking.
Well, I think, and yeah, you spoke to exactly what I wanted to say right at the end. There is a conflation that goes on. There are some guys that say, yeah, they lead with their wallet, but they're not even talking about, tricking. They just talking about that's that's basically their form of currency. Just like you said, looks is a form of currency.
Right.
So them having money and being able to show a woman a good time, not tricking, but the simple fact that, yes, I can pick you up in a nice car, I can take you somewhere nice, I can do these things, versus, that dude who might look good and got a good mouthpiece and got some good, spitting some good shit in your ear, and what ends up happening here, and you touched on this, the guys who are, their skill set, their weapon of choice, the weapon that they're most effective at using may very well be their mouthpiece. And yes, women are impressionable. We know this. Like, if you got good game and you could spit some good shit in their ear, then yes. You can get a chick to do all kind of shit. But I don't understand it. And this is the biggest thing I've been pushing back in these conversations. Why do some people go on a full crusade against people who basically just using a different weapon? I will never understand that. And I bring people on, and I'm like, okay, let me hear your thoughts. Let me hear what you got to say. And the conversation inevitably turns to basically saying the thing that I have that I'm limited to, because like you say, he might not be that good looking. He might not have that mouthpiece. But if he got money and he leveraged that, then that's his form of currency. You may not have money, you leverage your mouthpiece. That's your form of currency. You leverage your looks. That's your form of currency. Some people get a passport and go to a completely different market. That's their. So I just don't understand the back and forth fighting that we doing in this space. So I'm glad you touched on that, and just I guess just give your analysis, your opinion, your perspective of what the hell is up with that, because I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, this is one of the things that made me want to respond to your last show that you did with Kuda on it. Kuda basically stated there's this big influx of tricks coming at dudes with game. And I'm thinking to myself, did I miss something? You know what I mean? I'm not really walking these YouTube streets like I used to, man, but I don't really see a lot of panels. I don't really see a lot of podcasts where there's a lot of tricks coming at game dudes. Are you seeing that?
It's some blurred lines there.
Okay.
There's a growing segment of guys in this space that do criticize game dudes, and the counter argument is just y'all just tricks.
Okay.
So, and some of the dudes that criticize game dudes have tricked before, but they not exactly card carrying tricks like yourself. You see what I'm saying? So it is some blurred lines with it, but and I'm fair and down the middle with it, and I'm cool. Like some of the dudes, they're my guys that I rock with 100%. That's criticizing the game dudes, and I hear them out, understand some of their points, but I don't get all of it, because you do need some game about yourself if you're dealing with women. Even Kuda said you got to have some game to trick.
Right.
So you're always going to need some type of game going. But that is happening. There is a growing number of game dudes a growing number of guys who are not necessarily tricks, but they do criticize the game dudes have been coming under fire lately. That's put it like that.
Well,
and the counter argument is that y'all just tricks who have to pay for it. That's why y'all criticizing game. So it's
I would differ that. I would say that that's not necessarily the counter argument. What I would say is the game dudes are actually the ones going on the offensive first. Then you got the tricks firing back, then they talk they shit. You know what I mean?
Because if the game dudes make their money, some of them make their money off selling game to dudes,
right?
Then yes, I think they do got to get offensive, because it's market share. If dudes are not trying to learn game, they just putting money on the nightstand, then the dating coach industry could crumble. So so you are right in your analysis that I think the game dudes are attacking first, and then people are just responding with that. And shout out to a game critic who just dropped in the building. But let me read this super chat. Sincere cracking up says, question for y'all brothers on the panel: why do women find bad? Okay, here we go. Why do women find bad guys more attractive than good guys? Let it make sense. Oh boy. Like, come on, like, oh well, I can't just say that, man. That's been dealt with so many times a long time ago
No
because
doubt.
it's new people in this space who, sometimes teachers have to teach the same message over and over again. But I just rolled my eyes and I looked at that one like, come on, man. But all right, go ahead. You the special guest keynote speaker. You can answer that one. Go ahead.
I'm gonna keep that one real brief, man. That it's all goes back to a concept of power, man. Females are basically intoxicated with power, and the more ignorant you are, the more brash and more bold you are, the more you have the stench of power all over you, and that's why females gravitate towards that. But let's get back to the initial thing that we was talking about when you got these game niggas talking shit. Basically, what it comes down to is just ego, man. When you get down to all of it, you strip it all down, it's just ego, man. You know, these cats, man, they out there, they want to flex and they want to ball rub and they want to inadvertently low-key pimp slap a trick, right? By saying, look, I don't have to do this and I don't have to pay for that. And it really just is so disingenuous and just disgusting to me how they try and do it, how they try and cover it in a veneer of they have some sort of concern for you because they feel that you're doing something that can inadvertently hurt you down the line, but really it's just ego, it's just ball rubbing, man. Like, I don't have to pay. Look, I don't have to pay. I don't have to. It's just like, nigga, stop, man. Because one thing that I have done, and there's a lot of things that these brothers have not done, right, is I played all positions of the game. I have pimped, I have macked, I have tricked, I've been married, I've been a side nigga, I've done it all. And guess what, man? A female give a flying fuck about any of you niggas in any sort of positions that you play. She don't give two fucks. I know females that's currently having relations, prolonged trick relations with niggas 5-10 years with niggas, right? Or excuse me, they got dudes who they living with, these game niggas, right? They living with these game niggas. These game niggas is going out, they donating blood, they working overtime, they doing any and everything they can to support this woman. And this female, she is actually bringing in a trick in the house that her game nigga is paying for and fucking them in their bed. I'm like, okay, so who's winning in this scenario? Who's the winner in this? All right, it ain't the game nigga, but the trick nigga is coming in, sliding in the back door, banging on your broad while you donating blood and while you working overtime, but you got all this game because you got the bitch, right? You the winner, you won, you got the broad. You know, I didn't have to pay. Oh, you didn't have to pay? I can't tell. You the one that's donating blood, nigga. You the one that's working overtime. Shit, I'm getting off easy. I'm coming in the back door, hitting it for 100, and I'm bouncing. See, when you play all positions of the game, look, man, you niggas stop trying to ball rub, nigga. Stop trying to ball rub, okay? You ain't as slick as you think you are. You know, you doing all that I got game shit, man. I know plenty of game niggas, man, that's losing because you used the game, because you got the broad. Now, all of a sudden, you think you got carte blanche to talk shit about a trick? I don't know.
That sounds like a very specific story about the donating blood, man.
Hey, man, I seen it all out here, man. I seen it all.
Yeah, I know that got to be a true story that you know of personally.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know. Man, we got dudes out here, man, delusional, man. Shit, I'm like, bro, stop it, man.
All right, Mr. Fantastic in the building. He says, y'all gonna learn to appreciate my bitch nigga detection skills. Hashtag Fantastic was right. Hashtag BABG. Hashtag stop the. I don't know what that PN, but I get D. I see what you mean by D watching, but I don't know what that PN mean. Oh, put pussy and dick watching. All right, gotcha. Yeah. That's his counter to the game dudes criticizing what the tricks are doing. Because that's Fantastic is one of those I mentioned who that's my dude. We came in here making this content, doing this stuff at the same time. That's my guy. That's my guy right there. And he one of the ones who criticized the game dudes through and through. But shout out to Fantastic. Shout out to Fantastic. Sincere cracking up. He says, to be honest, people going off what they're hearing on social media when should I think you mean when should you go off, or when should they go off their own experience? I think that's what you're trying to say. I don't know. That's kind of jumbled up. To be honest, people going off what they hear on social media, when should go off their own experience. I think you're making a statement and not a question. So, all right. So, all right. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate you. We also got who in here? I knew my man Snuggles. You gotta forgive that name, Snuggles. Snuggles not changing the name. Charles Merchant back in the building with the $10 super chat. Appreciate it. Appreciate the super chat. $10.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want. Everything? Everything. You.
Shout out to Charles Merchant. My man Snuggles in here says, Bernard, I hope you know you just started a war. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Let's see how this goes for you. I don't know if it's gonna be a war today. This is the last show I'm doing on tricking because I felt like it's only fair that if we went back and forth on tricking a few times, only fair I bring in a full blown card carrying trick to put it out there and then let that let that be the final say. So that's the only reason I'm doing this. But after this show, I don't got too much more stamina for this whole for this type of this conversation. But yeah, it's only fair because I when you responded to me in Kuda's conversation, I listened to about half of that and I was like, hey, I got to bring them on because I liked what you were saying, because the perception here in the manosphere is the trick is just some ugly, unattractive, mouth breathing, fumbling, stuttering over his words dude who just a lame. He a loser. He can't get no pussy. He don't got no game. He can't get no pussy. And that's so that's what he got to do. That's why he got to buy a passport. That's why he got to do this. That's why he have to trick. But when I heard you talking, I was like, all right, yeah, this is what I need to have more or less set the record straight. I don't even know if that's the right word, right way to phrase it, because what I just described, that's not you. You talked about it from the perspective of, yeah, you understand the game and you broke it down. You broke it down in a way that I was like, okay, I got to hear him expand on that. And I more or less put it in the thumbnail. If you read captured in the thumbnail, you basically talked about the time over money element of it.
Exactly.
And so yeah, that's what we about to get into. So, but Chief Rock in the building says, peace be Riley. Can you imagine a show with Mack City Limits, Macy of Sir Ism Platinum, Elite Simple to P, and Pimp God? No. That would be fire. Title it Return of the Mac. Shout out to Chief Rock. Appreciate you.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want. Everything? Everything. You.
All right. All right. So yeah, that last question that I just asked, go ahead and deal with that one. When you broke it down well in the video when you responded to me in Kuda's conversations. So go ahead. The money versus time thing.
All right. Let me go ahead. Let me start off by stating how I got started in the pimp game before I discovered the tricking. All right. I was actually doing security for strippers. And what I was discovering was a lot of the strippers was asking me to hold their money while, I was taking them to places and they was, doing their thing and they didn't have anywhere to put the money. And I was basically putting the money and I was putting in my pockets and whatnot. And so I kind of like inadvertently got into the pimping in that regard. Cause I was like, look, if y'all going to have me hold this money for you, shit, y'all going to have to pay me. You know what I mean? So that started off kind of like the low key choosing fee right there. You know what I mean? So I got into that for a year. I discovered that I didn't really like that. That didn't really agree with my soul. But before I got out of it, I was actually supplying strippers and ladies of the night to D-boys, right? And so what I was finding out and figuring out is a lot of these D-boys, man, they would much rather have a business arrangement with one of these fly honeys, these fly cuties, and just say, a regular around the way chick, man, because a regular around the way chick, she gonna get her wires crossed. She not gonna understand that, yeah, bro, you just for the streets, and me and you, we just having our fun just to have it. But she gonna get her feelings involved in it, and then when he move along to the next broad, because he's a D-boy, that's what he do. She gonna start tripping. She gonna start flipping out. She gonna be throwing bricks through the man's car window, key in his car, flattening his tires, trying to go to his his main broad house and put him on blast and all that kind of shit. So a lot of times when you have a D-boy who is about his business, he's basically about his money. He's not trying to get involved in any sort of turmoil, any sort of drama, any sort of nonsense like that with no broad, man. You know what I mean? He's trying to actually make money. He out here in the streets. He doing what he do. He ain't got time for the nonsense. He ain't got time for the foolishness. He would much rather, you know, look, let's just make it a transaction. So what they was doing, they was coming to me, you know, because I had family into this shit, right? They were like, hey, cuz, send me a couple of females over here to my partner's house right now. You know, we want to have a little soiree, you know what I mean? And make it, you know, bring me 2 big busty red bones. I'm like, cool, send them on over there. And then bam, there it is. You know, they exchange whatever they're going to exchange. And then they ain't got to deal with them until they call me again. You know what I mean? So instead of just going through the hassle and the nonsense and just the overall headache of dealing with a chick that you met somewhere at the mall or some that you met at Walmart or whatever, they would just rather keep it on a business level, keep it on a transactional level so that she don't get her wires crossed, so she know this is business. This ain't personal. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's all about their time is more important than their money. Because like I said, these is cats. I mean, they was blowing their nose with $100 bills. They ain't give a shit. I had partners, man. They was flying in females from Miami, flying in females from Los Angeles. You know, and we in Ohio. You know, they got bread. They would much rather trick on that level by flying in broads from, you know, different states than dealing with local females. You know what I mean? So we got cats on here once again talking about, oh man, hey, don't be tricking with your wallet. I'm like, nigga, that's what a man with money do. A man with money, he don't mind spending some money on a female just on a transactional basis because it's just less headache. It's less bullshit. He can be about his purpose. He can be about his work. He can be about his business. And he ain't got to worry about that stupid shit that a broad bring to the table on some personal shit. I mean, did I miss something here? Does anybody not understand what I'm saying? Do you understand?
No, I got you.
Shit, it's real simple. It's ABC and it's 1, 2, 3. It ain't got shit to do with love. It's business. And a lot of people just don't understand. See, cats is asking me shit like, you know, well, what about love? What about love? And I'm like, man, since when did all these brothers get so soft, nigga? I'm like, God damn, man. Like, what about love? I'm like, look, even if a female marry you, even if you didn't theoretically lead with your wallet, she's still prone to leave you, nigga. She can still leave you, even if you have a so-called real relationship. Did I miss something there? Is this not happening in society today? Even though you get married, you didn't so-called lead with your wallet tricking because you thought you had a good chick and you got married to her because y'all was in love, right? So what happens when she leaves you? I mean, this whole concept of love is ridiculous, man. The whole concept of marriage really is predicated upon tricks and hoes because this whole the government and the courts, oh, come on, man. Don't get me started on how much you're going to come out of pocket if that shit don't work out, son. Man, come on, man. Y'all, just the disingenuousness, man, of these niggas, man. Like, come on, y'all. Wake the fuck up, man.
Yeah. No, in fairness, well, there's a couple different camps. The guys that are criticizing the tricking, I don't hear them talking about love and all of that. Well, I guess in a weird way they kind of do. They basically saying the chick ain't really feeling you, or she ain't gonna really like you, or put it like this. And I've obviously responded to that by saying that the trick ain't necessarily, in most cases, he ain't paying her to like him. He's paying for what he's paying for.
Right.
But when they're saying that type of stuff, they're criticizing dudes who aren't necessarily tricking, They just either don't got looks, game, or mouthpiece, and so their money is their form of currency out there, but not just full blown tricking. Is like I said before, they got money. That's their flashy, shiny object that draws the women in, so to speak. Just like a guy's looks can be his shiny object that draws them in. So they really criticizing that guy when they saying, yeah, but she don't really like you though, or I could pull up and I could take her from you. And my response is, yeah, okay, you probably can take her from that dude. And some dude with money can eventually pull up and take her from you. And some dude who just look good can take her from the dude with money. It's
Facts.
like it's gonna rotate all over the place. I mean, so it's you could do what you have to do as a man to make sure that you are winning. But no, I don't think there's a clear-cut, decisive. This strategy is better, and even if strategy A is better than strategy B, person A may not have the attributes as person B. You know, I don't know if you watch basketball. I gave the example a few times. It's like asking the New York Knicks from the 90s, asking the 1993 New York Knicks that no, y'all need to fast break and shoot threes like the 2016 Golden State Warriors. They don't got the personnel, but they pounded it inside doing what they have to do to win. So that's why it just turns into a silly argument either way. But Snuggles in the building, he says, question for the guest: is it cheaper to rent or buy? If you don't mind me asking, does he know if in other cultures this is even a conversation?
Well, it's always been cheaper to me to rent shit. Well, no. That would be the other way around. Actually buying it would be tricking it. Rent, I don't know.
I think it's case by case. Because, like you said, with some chicks, like you said, it may be a bucket of chicken or a tank of gas.
well, let me put it to you this way: the cat, right, who so-called has game, who got the chick because he's got game, and I just went ahead and I told y'all about the dudes I know that's working overtime and that's donating blood just to keep up with the Joneses, just to please this broad, right? He's paying a much more exorbitant cost than me paying my $100 for her to come over and have her counseling session. So I don't know what you call what I'm doing, renting or buying. I think you would call what I'm doing renting, and what he's doing, he's buying, because he's like this dude. He is going all in, full tilt to try and just to maintain this woman's lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta. People don't even believe that this is actually a thing. That this is a thing that actually happens. They're saying to me, Mac, are you serious? There's actually women out here who would actually cheat on their dude, right? Who's actually donating blood, and he's actually working overtime. And he's like a minister Jap Locario type nigga, you know, handsome and got game and all that kind of shit. Yes, there's females out there that will actually slide a trick in the back door and fuck you in the very same house that he is paying for. Why? Because she's a freak and she gets off on it. There's women out there that's like that, son. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that you would only know if you played all positions of the game, man. And I played all positions, man. Don't nothing a female do surprise me. Not nothing. And I'm like, wow, man, she is cold-blooded. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she will actually bring me into the crib, right, and bone her in the house that this dude is paying for, man, donating blood and working overtime. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, yeah.
You keep going back to that donating blood.
yeah, because
I know that's a real story.
It is a super real story, man. It was, I mean, some of these cats, I wish that I could have saved all the voicemails that I had through the years of dudes threatening me. You know, and this is something else that's always funny. They always amuse me, man, because the trick is supposed to be the weakest nigga in the game, right? But I would always have these thorough, hardcore thug dudes in their feelings when they would find out that their chick is messing with me. You know what I mean? And I would be like, come on, man, what part of the game is this, man? You a gangster, man. I mean, like, You in these streets, man. You 10 toes down, man. You a gangster. Like, well, why are you so in your feelings about this broad, nigga? You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, when I would find out that dudes want to get at me, they want to shoot my house up, and they want to do all sorts of goofy stuff, all in the name of the broad. Then I find out what he doing just to try and keep the chick, man. And I'm like, but he talking shit about me because I'm tricking. But I find out you donating blood. I was like, come on, man. I'm like, who's the fool here? Who's the real trick here, man? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I find that interesting, man. That the dudes, what I find is a lot of these dudes is projecting. They want to call you a trick, but deep down in the recesses of their soul, they know the truth is they the ones that's really tricking. You know what I mean? They know what the real cost is of maintaining this woman.
Right on. Let me get caught up on these super chats. Sincere cracking up. He says, question was, if you didn't understand, was saying, why do people run to social media for relationship advice when you can go off your own experience? I would say that, hey, if you're doing your own experience and you're out there fucking up, you want to get advice from somewhere. Now, whether or not you coming to the right people on social media is a fair question, but hey, some people need advice and need advice. But thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Shout out to who we got down here. Shout out to Watt Joe 100. I think hopefully I said that right. He says, started with jawline guys taunting with they lust and respect us, not you. Then others erroneously said we're the smarter, more successful guys, more select guys are masked man, not jawline. Nice clothes make them attractive. I think I understand what you're saying right there. Yes, the conversations are getting just all over the place. It started, yeah, got you. Appreciate it. This is my first time seeing you through here, so thank you for coming through with a $20 super chat. Appreciate it.
I want 150,000. So we can start out of court right now for $20.
Man, get your
Thank you, right, and thank you for that super chat. And I saw Nicole Michelle in the building. Shout out to Nicole Michelle.
What's up, sis?
Shout out to Nicole Michelle. Appreciate you coming on through with the super chat. I knew you've been listening to me in the clouds, Nicole Michelle. She never made herself known until never made me aware of her presence until now. You brought her out, but I know you be listening, Nicole. I'm just playing. But no, shout out to Nicole Michelle. Appreciate you coming on through with the super chat. Snuggles in the building says, Bernard, I would like you to bring this young man back. He's 51, not exactly a young man, but I'm sure he'll take it. He'll take it. But this young man back for other conversations, because I think he has a lot to offer because of his thought process. Yeah, I do too as well. I mean, I think that he does. When we're having a conversation about tricking, I think he's bringing clarity to it. Somebody who's, like you said, has been on all sides of the game, and it's you can't do that. You can't do that that unnecessary shit talking thing when somebody like Big Mike is in here. That about that unnecessary shit talking. I'm talking about all of that damn you got to pay because you this or because you ugly. Or I could take that woman from you just off my looks or just off my mouth. I mean, the shit just gets stupid to me. The shit just gets stupid to me. I'll never understand it. But Jaquez Rick, damn, you are show right. I did skip your super chat, man. Hold on, let me see if it's still there. I saw it and then damn it, it's gone. But I'll try to find it. Now, the last time when people say, man, you skipped my super chat, I go up and I find it, and they didn't say a goddamn thing. Let me go up and let me dig it up. I'm gonna have to dig that up through the analytics. But appreciate you for 2 super chats now at this point. Real quick, I can pull it up because I appreciate those that support the show. I haven't even bothered to say get the likes up, but we doing but underperforming on the likes a little bit. We need to get those up. We should be at least 150 right now. I know it's some haters in here, so we definitely definitely can get those up. It's 241 people in the building, 108 on the likes, 108 on the likes. So y'all go ahead and quit playing with me. Hit that like button. Jacques Retro with the super chat. He said, if time is your most okay, yeah, you can respond to this one. He says, if time is your most valuable commodity, how are dudes not paying with their time? Good question. Good question.
How are dudes not paying with their time?
Yeah, he's basically saying that if you talked about how you value time over money. You don't want to put in the time of doing all the work, so to speak. I remember Kuda said a lot of Kuda was like, a lot of you cats just lazy, and you conceded the point. Yes, I'm lazy when it comes to getting out there doing that. My time is valuable, but my time is worth more than my money. So I guess he's saying, I guess in a roundabout way, he's saying, well, you paying too if your time is more valuable.
Well, of course you are. Yeah,
yeah.
It's all relative. It just depends on what you have more of. Do you have more time or do you have more money? And I'm just saying the dudes that I roll with, they have more money than time. So it makes more sense for them to use money than time. I don't see why that's so hard to figure out. Either way, you're going to end up paying. You're going to end up paying with money or time. But if you have more money, why not use your money instead of your time? Because really, when you get right down to it, money is a more, which is the more finite resource? The more finite resource would be, help me out here, Bernard. I'm going to hit the buckwheat. If you have more money, then just use your money instead of your time, because it just makes more sense to do that. It's just more expedient.
Yeah,
it's just more cost effective. So yeah, you're going to end up coming out of pocket somehow, some way when you deal with a woman. There's no time. There's no way around that. But if you have the more time, right, then use that. Yeah. Or if you have more money, use that. It's all relative, you know. It's your rodeo. You do what you do.
That really goes back to what I said. There are multiple forms of currency out there on the dating market. So yes. What you have more of, yes, you should use that. You should capitalize on the resource that you have in abundance. You got a particular resource in abundance. That's what you should capitalize on. That's just common sense either way. And if you got money in abundance, but let's just even going back to mouthpiece. If your mouthpiece ain't all the way there, yeah, you should develop your mouthpiece. If you're lacking money, you should develop that and get your money up. If you're lacking, you should develop as much as possible. Invest in yourself. Treat yourself. Not to get all cliche about it. Yeah, treat yourself. Invest in yourself. Make yourself better in every way. But whatever you got in abundance, you're quite naturally going to use that. I mean, you don't even have to be told that. But Jacques Retro, thank you for that $5 super chat that you sent. That was a fair question, a fair statement you put on the table. And thank you for that $2 super chat as well.
Man, I got $2 for you, man. I know I'm a little short, but you come.
Appreciate you. Let's see. Oh damn, I didn't even realize we are an hour in. See, I like conversations, good conversations when I don't even realize we've been talking for an hour. I'm trying to think it was something else that I meant to write down.
I'll go ahead and throw something in right now.
Yeah, go ahead and throw something in. It was something I meant to write down when I listened to you responding to me and Kuda's conversation. But go ahead. You probably
I want to make something very clear to the fellas, man. I'm not one of these dudes that's anti-game. I'm not one of these dudes that's anti-game coach, dating coach, life coach, none of that shit, man. I believe that knowledge is power, and everything that you can learn can help to accentuate whatever that you have in your arsenal already right now. The Mack City crew, the cats that I talk to repeatedly on my channel, man, I always tell them, bro, we practice the Jeet Kune Do or the MMA philosophy. We like to take what works and we like to add it, and then whatever doesn't work, we spit out the bones. Eat the meat, spit out the bones, man. So we'll use some judo flips. We'll use some Jeet Kune Do punches, deflections. We'll use some wrestling, some boxing. We'll add, mix, match, whatever it takes to accomplish what we need to accomplish, then that's what we'll use, man. You know, I'm vehemently against cats that say, don't listen to this dude, don't listen to that dude, don't try this, don't try that. Man, look, you may be one of them dudes that might excel at using taekwondo kicks. Now, if you 4'5" and you got stubby legs, you may not be able to use taekwondo kicks, man. You know what I mean? But you may be stellar at using judo because you got a low center of gravity. So what I look like telling a dude, right, who may be low to the ground, squat with a low center of gravity, not to use judo.
Right.
That would be, he would excel at using judo, man. So I wish cats would just with this. It just sickens me to listen to cats say, you know, don't do this, don't do that, don't listen to this, don't listen to that. Man, don't never cut yourself off from any sort of knowledge stream, man. You know what I mean? Fuck what the next nigga talking about, man. Do you. Now understand there's consequences and repercussions for everything that you do. If you do choose to lead with your wallet, if you are one of these game goofy dudes that actually wants to lead with your wallet to try and get a so-called real bona fide relationship with a woman, you know, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. You go get with a female that don't get two shits about you, and when the money's gone, she gone. Okay? I mean, it's just simple as that. So, you know, my thing is, look, depends on what you're looking for, man. If you want some entertainment, ain't nothing wrong with going to Disneyland. Ain't nothing wrong with you digging in your pocket, just having some fun, you know. But then again, also, don't leave with your wallet if you're trying to find, you know, a real bona fide relationship with a woman that really cares for you and really loves you. But also, you can also find a middle ground. If you are tricking, you can garner respect and some sort of admiration and affection to a degree with some of these females. And I'm always pointing to the tattoo game. I'm always pointing to that because it always shuts these niggas up when they always talk about how a trick nigga is weak sauce. I like, well, I tell you what, nigga with game, go ahead and show me 5 females that's got your name tattooed on their skin. Can you do that? If not, then you got to concede defeat. I'm winning in this game and you ain't. Because they got some sort of love and admiration for me to do that. I don't, oh, you paid them to do that. No, well, I'll tell you what, even if that were the case, which is not, how many females you know that you could actually pay them and say, look,
it's a lot of things you can pay a woman to do, but to pay her to brand herself, like, that's something you can't pay them to do. They gotta want to do that.
Yeah, they gotta want to do that shit, man. So yeah, bruh. There's ways around this shit, man. There are cheat codes, man. The game right about now, to me, the game belongs to the smartest. And you got to have a degree of intelligence to actually make this shit work, man. You know what I mean? Especially the top tier tricking, man. Like going back to, I forget what your boy's name was. His name was Charles, and he was talking about pillow talking and shit.
Oh, he's still coming for your neck in the chat. There you go.
But he was right in the aspect that you got to be careful. You can't pillow talk with these broads, man. You can't. In order for you to do your Dr. Phil moment, they got to be doing the talking. You can't be doing the talking. You can't be giving up your innermost, deepest, darkest secrets to them. You can't do that. It's got to be a one-way street with that, because rest assured that she will use that shit against you if shit goes south. So no, you don't do no shit like that. You get her to spill her guts, not the other way around. So in a roundabout way, I mean, he was right, but he just got the wrong nigga right here, because I don't do that. You know what I mean?
Right on. Demetric Armstrong in the building with the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Says, is it not true that women will get tired of a man faster if she have too much access to his time versus someone who time is limited to her?
That's an excellent point. You understand what he's saying there?
Yeah, go ahead, break it down.
Familiarity breeds contempt. If a woman's around you all the time, and if, you know, she has steady access to you all the time, you know, you're boring. You get to be trite, mundane. You know what I mean? That's one of the main weapons in my arsenal right there, is not being too available to women. And that's what a trick is, because when they're hollering at me, because I don't never call them, they call me. If they call me, they know, look, you're going to have to get on a waiting list. You know, I got about 3 or 4 other females that's, trying to get over here and do that Dr. Phil. You know what I mean? So I might be able to fit you in next week or whatever. You know what I mean? And they love that shit. They love a brother that's in high demand, and a brother that's, you got to get on his schedule. You know what I mean? Versus the game nigga who she shacked up with, who she see every day. She's no longer enamored by that dude because she see him every day and she fuck him every day. It becomes routine, and women hate routine. So yes, the trick. That's how the trick can trump a so-called game nigga in a real so-called relationship, because she don't see me every day. She might see me twice a month. And so when she sees me, it's more delicious. It's kind of like being in the desert and, someone offering you 2 crackers and a sip of water. You know what I mean? You appreciate that shit because you in the desert, versus if you were somewhere in civilization where crackers and water ain't shit, because it's an abundance of that. So you don't never appreciate crackers and a sip of water. But if you're in the desert, you're like, oh, this water and these 2 crackers, they're so delicious. You know what I mean? So yeah, I am the crackers in the water in the desert, and she loves it.
All right, Bummy Davis. Okay, you might want to respond to this one. He says, non-select men use the time and money argument to justify being inferior and undesirable to women. Good old-fashioned simp logic.
Hey, man, do what you do, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain amount of truth to that. And like I said, you have certain cheat codes. Certain men are born handsome and some are born ugly. Shit. I think I probably would say my biggest issue was I won't say I'm always fat. I've always had this skinny fat ratio going on my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So that's always hindered me with the ladies. I've never been the type of dude that never got women. My issue has always been I never really got the type of broads that I felt I deserved to have. I've always been kind of greedy. I've always wanted 8, 9s, and 10s. I would get maybe like a 6 or a 7. You attract what you are. You know what I mean? So yeah, I will have to admit that yes, I have used the tricking to boost my dating pool. So I can't necessarily say that he's wrong about that, but I'm not necessarily. I've never really been hurting for pussy. I mean, yeah, I got married. Like I said, I've had girlfriends. I've done all that shit. But in order for me to get my 8s, 9s, and 10s, yeah, man, I've had to go in my pocket.
I love that you're honest about that. About because in my mind, I thought you were gonna disagree with what he was saying, but the mere fact that you like that's why a lot of my bad. That's why a lot of what you're saying is it's an impenetrable defense, because the things that they say, yeah, you're willing to own it. Yes, I was more on the non-select side of the scale. I figured out a way to win.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I've been saying from the jump. Like, I'm not going to criticize a guy who figured out a way to win. Not because I wasn't just the most select guy when I was out there, but I am 6'1". I'm in the worst shape. I mean, I'm not in horrible shape right now, but right now I'm in the worst shape of my life. So, I used to be in real good shape. I did all right out there. I did all right. Right. And I see somebody else who, may not be 6'1" or who wasn't in good shape. If they, whatever they did to figure out how to increase their quality or quantity when it came to women, I had no criticism, none. It was a dude I used to hang out with a little bit. We met at the job. Dude was, he was 5'7", had a big ass forehead, was kind of funny looking to me, but hey, he got on with the ladies real good. He was funny as hell and could dance and did backflips and all kind of shit and was just entertaining the hell out of them. But lo and behold, he ended up leaving with one of them. So I was like, hey, he in there, I'm in there just trying to cool, chill, trying to lean on the wall, cool, chilling, trying to look at him with some bedroom eyes when they walk by game. This motherfucker in there doing backflips and he leaving with him. So hey, I can't. I don't understand that hating on somebody else's game and shit. Like, I don't get it. It's
like I said, it's coming from a place of ego, man. It's ego. It's all ego, bruh. You know what I mean? Why would you be preoccupied with how I get down with women, man? You know what I mean? It's like, man, mind your business. Find you something to do, man.
Yeah, man. And once he saw, man, we were all in better shape at an earlier point. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm closing in on 40, man. That metabolism is at a standstill. It's killing me, man. Yeah. Anyway. All right. I got the link in the chat if anybody want to come up. I be having wild shootouts on my panels. We ain't doing that today. Mr. Big Mike is a guest. He ain't never been over here, and you Negroes ain't about to wild out on him. So so we gonna keep it clean. I do got one person in the back chat that want to come out. I don't even think I ever spoke to you, even though you've been super chatting. So shout out to you, appreciate you. But Sincere Cracking Up is in the building. Go ahead, you got the floor. Good morning. You got the floor, you got the mic.
Good morning, brothers. How y'all doing, man? Peace and blessing, man.
What it is?
Oh, just chilling, man. Just trying to just enjoy life, man. I just got a question, man. And this is coming from me, man. And I'm learning, man, by just listening to y'all. I like the conversation. Is it true that you can really turn a hoe into a housewife if all she's doing is just tricking? That's my question.
Turn a hoe into a housewife. Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. This is from personal experience. I have an uncle who was a pimp, and he basically used, or when he got down to
Sincere Cracking Up. I'm gonna mute you up while you're not talking, because you got some background noise. When you're ready to talk again, just hit the unmute button.
Yeah, my uncle was a pimp, and when he got down to his last, should I say, prostitute, he actually married her, and they had children, and shit, they've been together for 20 years now. And so, yeah. And
wait, hold on, time out. I got to give you some pushback on that one. Could it just be the case that both of their ass just got old, and he was too old to do the pimping, and she was too old to do the hoeing? So they like, let's just sit our old asses down somewhere. Like,
that could be it, but yeah. but she was still a hoe, and he was still a pimp. So yeah, the logic is you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. So regardless of where they are in life, shit. And knowing my uncle, shit, he could have got any sort of woman. You know, he didn't have to fuck with her. Shit.
Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's my question. Like, can you truly fall in love with a trick? Because I see a lot of guys that do that in life now. They falling in love with their tricks, and I'm like, how do you look at it from like a pimp standpoint when it comes to that?
Okay. You're saying guys are falling in love with their hoes, not their tricks.
Yes. Okay. Exactly,
okay.
Brother.
Well, only thing I can say, man, is there's a lot of good females out here, man, and a lot of dudes would laugh at me when I say this. A lot of females who are hoes who are actually good females, man. The only time they actually get tameable, only time that you can actually sit them down and actually domesticate them is when they get older.
That's why I asked that question, because, like, you know, when it comes to like the pimps and the tricks, like, they actually are in love with each other, but then it's real like complicated when it comes to that lifestyle. Like, a lot of people don't understand it's a lifestyle, man, that at the end of the day when it comes to that. And I'm so interested in it because it's a different type of game, man, when you're dealing with like pimping. It's different. For real, brother. Yeah. That's how it is, man. It's different. And I look at it like, you know, that's why I ask questions, because I'm interested in it. I'm not even involved, but I'm just interested in it, Mike. And that's why I like conversations like this.
Okay, yeah, but also stop saying pimps and tricks. Say pimps and hoes. You keep throwing me off when you say that. See, yeah. All right, yeah, but you're right. It is a lifestyle, and the only person that really understands a hoe is a pimp. And the only person that really understands a pimp is a hoe, and the trick in between. Shit, right. Like well, I can't necessarily say a trick really understands a pimp, or a trick understands a hoe, because like I said, that's top tier tricking, man. But yeah, man, when it comes to the dynamic between the pimp and the hoe, and that's why I excelled so well at being a trick, because I used to coach females on what to do when they would meet tricks. You know what I mean? I would have female, man. Oh my God. Someone say what?
That's real. That's real. You speaking the truth, bro. You coming in from the aspect like you know what's going on. You know the game, man. That's why I want to chime in, because this is interesting conversation, man. And I like this type of talk, man.
Yeah, we would have females, man, that would be going in tricks' pockets and stealing shit from them and robbing them and shit. And, and I was not advocating for shit like that. You know what I mean? But sometimes you just got renegade hoes going to do what they got to do and shit, man. But,
Yep.
I've always, preached to the females, you got to go ahead. You got to act like you like this nigga. You got to go ahead, give him the girlfriend experience. And so all the tricks and the trade and all the mind games that these broads be playing, man, it'd be funny when they try and use it on me. You know what I mean? But then again, most of the females that I know don't try and use it on me because they know my history and they know my background.
You're right, brother. You're right, brother. And it is like, one thing that is crazy about it, a lot of people like look down on them, but actually they have their own game. Like the women involved, they have their own game, man. They know what they're doing. They sharp, man. Like they know what's going on, man. Like I've seen it in person. Like it's a lifestyle, man. It's very interesting, man. When I look at it, man, for real.
All right. Computer Geek in the building with the super chat. He says, good show, Bernard, to the guest speaker. I've had tens in the workplace and didn't spend a dime.
Kudos. Good for you.
Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it.
I want 150,000. So we can set out of court right now for $20.
Man, get your
Appreciate you on the $20 super chat. One thing I always say, but something else I wanted to throw out and ask you. I got to make sure I don't lose my train of thought. But whenever somebody say I've had tens or so and so, and I didn't spend a dime. Yes, there's experience. Like I can say that it was I can mention an 8 that I messed with that I didn't spend a dime on. We met, and 4 hours later we was having sex. Me, her, and a group of people was at Denny's. Me and her sitting right next to each other. It was separate bill, and I didn't spend a dime. And we went somewhere, we had sex, and then we met up again the next day and had sex. Like that happened. But I also can say, yeah, I've been dinner whored by a barely average at I don't even want to. Well, yeah, she probably was below average. And got dinner whored by one of them before. So I mean, the game is, it varies. It varies. Nobody can just say, oh, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that. You're gonna slip up somewhere. Everybody slip up somewhere. I mean, you got your game tight. You can possibly get a certain outcome consistently. But in from my perspective, yeah, it's not consistent outcomes like that. You're gonna have some nights where you're really winning, and some nights where I ain't really like that deal right there, but I did what I did, But that's what that's. Oh, go ahead, real quick. And I'm gonna ask my question later. Let me write it down so I don't forget.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is for both of y'all. Has the game changed so bad that it's different from Mike when the old pimps used to do it? Like, is that what happened to what's going on right now? Is that what's really going on? That's my question.
Well, what do you mean by has the game changed? You talking about as far as females going out making money? Or?
No. Like the principles and the morals from back in the days when the pimps used to do it. I see that all the time. Like the loyalty, the manipulative ways. Like, what happened, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the true pimp back in the days. Like, what happened? It changed. Like, Mike, because you would probably know more because you dealt with it. I never was in it, but I was just like, I seen the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we are in a different day and age due to the fact that the culture is so feminized, and you have a situation just through mainstream media, through social media, through video games, through you got just the very empowerment of women. They're on this. They're delusional, you know what I mean? Where they think that they don't need no man and can't no man do nothing, for them. And this is basically talking about black women, man. So the well has been poisoned as far as a lot of females taking instruction from men. Back in the day, it was a lot more. It was a lot easier for a man to get his agenda across because a woman was more receptive to it, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. But these days, I mean, women are so delusional, they think they can do it all by themselves, man. But yet and still, a woman is still a woman. A woman still wants to be led. A woman is still wants to feel female. She still wants to feel feminine. But the problem is, you have to be almost on some gorilla goon shit with most of these females now for them to feel female and feminized. You know what I mean? So it comes to the point where you got to low key be going upside their head to make them feel like a woman again, man. I mean, it
Man,
really.
hey, I'm glad you said that because listen,
But no,
whenever
that's my
somebody,
fault when you said that.
whenever, hold on, mute up for a second. Whenever somebody start talking that, no, if you just masculine enough, if you just do this, if you, man, look, some of these chicks, it's a whole nother situation. It's like almost like they saying you ain't man enough to handle this manly bitch. Like you are like, no, like you gotta get out of here with that. That's why I said I like them. I like them as docile as possible. I can't handle a strong black woman. I ain't doing it. I ain't about to be wrestling, trying to wrangle a banshee every damn night to get her to act right. No, either you know how to act or you don't. Like so, but and if you get a chick to know how to act, it's still gonna be, like I said, everything on the bell curve. It's still gonna be some stuff where she gonna come at you with some weird stuff, some goofy stuff. You're gonna have to do some managing. That's where I'm at with it. I can if a chick is got a decent head on her shoulders, but she's still a woman and gonna do and say some weird shit here and there. I can if it's a situation where I just feel like, okay, I'm just managing it. That's it. I'm just managing. But if it's to the point of full blown just dealing with just an outright dysfunctional human being, nah, I tell brothers, y'all got to leave that one, leave that situation alone, unless you got the temperament for that. I don't got the temperament for that. Some dudes do. Some dudes could get that out of pocket, don't know how to act, combative chick, and they could, shout her down and do it. Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me. If your temperament anything like mine, go the other way and don't let these people gaslight you to saying you ain't masculine or man enough to deal with some manly bitch. That's one of my pet peeves. I'm sorry, I had to go on a rant on that one.
See, that's the beauty of being a trick, right? Because what me and Tony used to call that, right? We used to call that pushing the reset button on a bitch, man. You know what I mean? When they go ahead and keep giving you shit test after shit test after shit test. Mm-hmm. But basically what we would do, we would enact sanctions and embargoes. Be like, oh, okay, you want to act like that? Okay, well, your cell phone bill will not get paid. Okay, your light bill will not get paid. Okay, little Tay Pampers and milk and all that other kind of shit that you so-called need on a monthly basis. Yeah, that kiss that goodbye as well. You know what I mean? So a lot of times that tends to straighten them up, but yet and still, man, when you find yourself repeatedly pushing the reset button, repeatedly embarking on hitting them with sanctions and embargoes, it just get too much, man. You like, okay, you're gonna have to, I'm done.
Get the hell on. You're gonna have to get the hell on. That's just all to it. Moderators, y'all are slipping on your pimping. You're slipping on your pimping. Y'all know how we do. Big Mike channel supposed to be flooding, spammed all through the chat. I don't think I've seen it at one time. They go to channel right there, copy and paste that, and then spam it out for the rest of the conversation. Make sure y'all go over there and sub to them. Make sure y'all go over there and sub to them. If you got any other links, anything else that you want to drop in the chat, because I don't even know I don't know everything you got going on. I do know you got a Patreon page,
right.
I think you got a website and whatever you got, go ahead, drop it out there. Then you don't even got a wrench to drop it out there. So type something in the chat so I can give you a wrench, and then that way you could drop any of your links that you want to drop in there, and then the moderators will copy and paste it and spam it out so people will know where they can find you. But we got my man, Mr. Fantastic, in the building. So go ahead, you got the mic.
Yo, what up, bro?
What up?
What it is?
You got it, man.
Good morning, bro.
Hey, you got it, bro. What's going on with you? Hey, man, shout out to Mack City Limits, bro. Shout out to Big Mike. And again, man, just greatly appreciative for just being balanced. And that's the thing, like he said, man. A lot of people like to throw rocks and then play victim, and the game dudes are the one that are always on the attack. But if and when you come and you say, well, nah, man, it's not like that. They play the female role and they act like, oh, you niggas is attacking game. No, bro, listen, I don't claim to be I'm not a trick. I'm not a game nigga. I'm just a dude that whatever, Big Mike said, man, use the philosophy of whatever works for you. And why are you worried about another man's dick? The game niggas are the only one. And the reason why, this is the thing about it.
That's
The
true,
game
bro.
niggas sell game. All right, the game is to be sold, not told. We all understand that. Cool, but
For real.
what's funny is they do the shit that was supposed to break the rules of the game. Is talking about like dirty macking and shit, and it's telling you, oh, if you don't do it my way, you a lame, you're ugly, you can't do this, you can't do that. And then when niggas come back and they're like, well, look, nigga, no, let me look at you, and you break them down. Oh, you hurt, you this, you that, you all these other things. And it's just some real female shit, because if you got a business, I understand it, man. But okay, but if you want to come at me, you know, as a man on some man shit, because before a businessman or whatever else, what the fuck you do, you a man first. So the man challenges another man in his whatever it may be, you know, because men are competitive by nature.
Yes,
And I'm
sir.
like, okay, well, nigga, what? Let's look at you. Where's your hoes? Where's your money? Oh, you don't have either. So if you can't show either, how can you therefore assess another man's, you know, whatever he does to get pussy? And you have all these dudes that come up here with nothing on either end. Oh man, I can't show you my hoes, man. I don't kiss and tell, man. That ain't part of the game. That's this and that. Okay, well, all right, man. What's up with your money then? Oh well, I don't got to show my money, nigga. What, bro? What are you doing? You just get the hate. You literally get the hate from behind the curtain like the Wizard of Oz, and never fucking produce anything. And my thing is, like I said, bro, we all gonna lose, bro. Every nigga at everything. Shout out to, I forget the brother that sent it to me, but the brother just sent me it was who was it? Somebody sent me some on Instagram. You shout yourself out if you're in the chat. And they sent me a video of this dude that's like a IG influencer or whatnot, what have you. And he said, you know, he met up with this chick that was on IG, and she was a fine, badass bitch, you know, 10, right? And you know, she said, you know, he got up there and everything, and he thinking the shit's gonna go down. And she said, all right, so you ready to pay me? And he thought, you know, they high, they drunk, they whatever. He thinks she's playing. She's like, no. She's like, don't nobody get this pussy for free. Nobody. That includes famous rapper niggas to influencers to whatever. And she said, I know you're not one of these famous rapper niggas, so I'm not gonna hit you with the 10K. She's saying these rapper niggas, you know what I mean? These niggas that got the bread, these niggas that got the swag, these niggas got it all. They out here paying for the pussy. And that's the bullshit about it, where like niggas don't want to have no kind of balance, man, to act like, okay, just mouthpiece and all this other shit. Like I said, look at Quavo. Quavo is one of the bits that he walk into any room, right, and get any bitch just off the strength of his fame and all this other shit, right? But what? He bought a bitch a whole Bentley, bro. Bought a bitch a Bentley. And then when you say, okay, well, what part of that? That nigga, that's tricking, right? That's definitely tricking. Nigga, a fucking Bentley is $125,000 to a $250K car, no matter how you cut it.
But hold on, Fantastic. You got to remember, there's a difference between tricking and balling.
Again,
he was balling.
Again, Bernard, that's what I'm saying, man. This is what the game niggas do. The game is anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time, man. And these niggas never have to show anything. So that's my whole thing, bro. When a nigga gonna step to somebody else and tell him what he ain't do, what he can't do, and all this other shit, you don't ever produce it yourself. I'm just saying, bro, where's your credentials? Nobody knows you. Oh, shout out to my nigga Zero, man. And I appreciate Big Mike for saying this, because, you know, this is another big thing I have with the game niggas too, or the pimp niggas and whatnot, what have you. So you mean to tell me you got all this mouthpiece, you got all this charisma, all this swag, all this whatever the fuck, you can make a bitch do anything. You can even make a bitch sell her body. But when it's retirement time, nigga, you gotta settle down with one of these same bitches that's done did 10,000 dicks over a lifetime, bro. That's the bitch you motherfucking saving and you retiring with. You know what I mean? That mouth, does the mouthpiece. I thought mouthpiece was for life, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. Mouthpiece like a motherfucking wet jumper. You never lose that. So in my theory is to be like, okay, my bottom bitch, or whenever I'm down to the end, I'm done with the P life. I'm done with the game. So, you know, I'm gonna get me a nice little, maybe not, you know, some 20-year-old, but I get me a little 30, 40-year-old, you know, fine ass bitch that I can get. Convince her to motherfucking spend the rest of her life with me. But nah, nigga, no.
Shout out
for that.
Shout out to ARC. Shout out to ARC.
And bruised pussy.
ARC retired and settled down with him a 29-year-old. So shout out to ARC on that. I give him his props.
Yeah, it's 7 to the rule. Shout out to ARC, light skin nigga supreme. But yeah, man, you know, I'm just saying, man, it's that's the part about it, man. Shout out to Big Mike for keeping the fucking balance, bro. Like I said, everybody do whatever you do. But again, man, once you start motherfucking challenging another man's dick, bro, and he motherfucking, you know, I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but you know, it's just asinine and it's funny to me for a nigga to never produce a show name.
Man, facts.
That's facts. I agree with you, brother.
Right on. Good stuff. The link is in the chat. Anybody want to come on up? Whether you got questions or comments, want to add to the conversation in any way, agree or disagree, the link is in the chat. I think Demetri Armstrong says, "How can I join?" Just click that link right there that I'm trying to click on it right there. Just click that link right there, and you'll be able to come. You'll be able to come on up.
Shoot, allow me to go ahead and can I say something right quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, in full disclosure, I think that I may be cheating a little bit, right? Because like when I quote unquote trick, how can I put this? I have a philosophy that I don't pay a woman unless she pays me. So unless the female has been instrumental in somehow adding money into my pocket, or she's been instrumental in somehow making the Mack City Empire, you know what I'm saying, as far as achieve stellar heights, because like I said, I used to have the porn site. The porn site's not up. So going back to all the way to 2003, I've had females who have been actively taking part into actually putting money in my pocket. So the females that I trick with, those are the only women I trick with. I'm not out here with streetwalkers, and I'm kind of like in the business of getting my own women, breaking them down, having a breakdown process, and then later on, once our business is done, once we're not actively involved in the pimping and the porn anymore, if you want to come back and get more money, if you want to get more love, if you want to get a little bit more assets and resources, then that's when the tricking starts. But she's got to be a part of the empire. She's got to be somehow, some way a part of me making money. If she was no way, shape, form a part of me making money, then I don't trick with her. I don't fuck with her. And that basically, that solidifies, that ensures the respect issue. There's no way around that, because they know Big Mike ain't on no weak sauce. You can't step to him. You can't have your hand out unless somehow, some way, you was instrumental in putting some money in his pocket. So in full disclosure, I want to go ahead and clarify that, because like I said, I just don't meet chicks out there in the street and start tricking on them and all that kind of shit.
I was about to ask you about that. That's one thing that's a question I forgot to ask. Like, where do you even source the women from? Because the last time I didn't do a formal show on tricking, with an actual trick, but some guy came up and he started talking about tricking, and I was like, okay, I understand what Backpage used to be. I think it's still some sites that are de facto like Backpage out there, but I mean, y'all just I wanted to know, like, does it primarily come from that, or is it a situation where I think every guy have experienced this, where they dealing with a chick and then you start pulling the well, my cell phone about to get cut off, and then or something like that, and he's like, okay, well, how bad you want that cell phone to stay on, and then I go from there. Like do it just happen organically like that, or like
it's organic.
You try to breadcrumb it out there. They don't want to put the offer on the table, but they say something to see if you're going to do it. Is that where does it normally start?
Well, all the females that I fuck with, right? Like I said, I've met them on the streets. I've met them in the projects. I've met them in the strip clubs. And it's always been, like I said, under the guise of business. I always hit them up and be like, yeah, I want to fuck with you. You know what I mean? I want you to model for me. I want you to dance for me. And it starts off like that. It starts off on the pimping and the porn. Then as the relationship goes on and I don't need them anymore, I don't need them to dance for me.
Time out. When you say I need you to model for me,
right?
Is that just code talk for I need you to come get smashed on camera? Is that like code talk? You actually got some modeling stuff for them to do?
Yeah, it's actually modeling. It can start off just modeling. They could just take pictures, or they could just dance, or they could take it to the next level, or they could do, the do on camera. There's 3-4 different levels to it. You know what I mean? And so once it gets to the point where I don't need them to model anymore, I don't need them to do videos anymore, I don't need them to twerk for me anymore, but they still want money. Well, guess what? Shoot, you're going to have to put in some other kind of work.
Got you.
Hey, fellas, I got a question for the
hold on, bro. You gotta wait your turn. There's a few people ain't
Sorry
said
about that, brother.
Yeah, no problem. Snuggles in the building with the super chat. He says, I would like to see this young man and Ike do a stream together. That would be interesting. And
Good morning, Big Mike.
hold on, what's going
Hey,
on?
y'all.
Hey, Mike,
Hey,
you need to hold
hey,
on, Mike. Mike, you gotta
I know.
mute up if you having a
I
hold
know.
on, let me see. Okay, he's having a personal conversation. He said on your platform, Bernard, because I think it would be a very interesting conversation. Yeah, I don't see. I don't know how that will work. But appreciate the 5 on it. That'd be an interesting combination, to say the least. But Bowdy Thug in the building. Go ahead. You got the floor. You got the mic.
What's up? Good morning, fellas. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Hey, so I just had a couple things. This is a good conversation. You've had conversations with fellas that are quote unquote game guys and stuff. And that's a good conversation. And this is a good side too to talk about. To have somebody come up here talking about the tricking, and basically he's talking about the benefits of tricking. But at the end of the day, both sides, whether it's this tricking or game, anti-game, those are extreme points of relationships between male and female. Nobody can categorize these relationships as healthy, normal relationships. When you're dating or tricking off on former strippers or current strippers or whatnot, they don't. The biggest thing, they don't see you as a regular man, human being, dude. You're not a normal guy. You are a dollar sign to him. And that's part of the aspect that the quote unquote game guys are basically trying to say. If you want to be seen as a normal human being, as a man, you're leading with your wallet. I mean, not leading with your wallet, but straight out just tricking with strippers and prostitutes. That's not going to lead to a good outcome that you may want, which is many people want normal relationships with human beings. And if she's seeing you and only calling you up she's only calling you up because she needs a bill paid, that is kind of not a respectful way to look at another person. So these are good conversations to have, but at the end of the day, we all understand this is not a normal relationship between men and women. So I don't know if I super chatted a couple of weeks ago when you had Kuda on, but one of the points I said was, basically the only difficulty with tricking is its close relationship with simping. And there's a little bit of blurred lines there. There is a line, but it's like I said, it's blurred. And you get into a place where you're simping when you possibly could be tricking. But at the end of the day, I do believe men could do whatever they want to do with their money. You have full autonomy, and we shouldn't quote unquote de-police. But I think conversations like this are good because we get to see the other side and get another point of view on why somebody may quote unquote trick.
All right, we're gonna pass it to Big Mike on that one. But before we do that, W. Alfonso, thank you for the super chat, for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that. All right, Big Mike, you said a lot. You got it. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not understanding what he's saying when he's saying that this is not a normal relationship when you have a woman who's basically looking at you for your resources. That is the default position of all women. Women, that's all they do is look at you for your assets and your resources. I mean, we can look at just look at historical context, man. Females, when you look at so-called European and African societies, you are required to give a dowry for the woman that you're about to be married to. Why? Because you had to give certain sheeps and goats and chickens and gold pieces, to the house of the father that you're taking the woman out of to bring into your house. A woman has always been tantamount to to receive some sort of compensation when you take her out of someone's house. This is the default position of all women. You know what I mean? But just right about now, it's kind of like done on an unsavory level. You know what I mean? Where if you have to go to a prostitute brothel, or if you got to go to a strip club to do it, but it's still the same mechanism. So I'm not understanding when he's saying that this is not a normal relationship. This is the most normal of all relationships.
Body Thug, you want to respond to that?
Yes, I do want to respond to that. Your ability to take care of a family does need to be demonstrated. And the only reason why somebody should be forming some type of bond or relationship with a woman in that manner, which is in marriage, is because you're forming a family. If you don't want to form a family with a chick, guess what? You shouldn't marry her. You shouldn't be paying no dowry. You shouldn't be basically a choosing fee. You shouldn't be paying no choosing fee. You shouldn't be demonstrating your ability to provide for a family. You shouldn't. That's the only reason why you need to, why women select men on that basis when there's a development of a family. Now, if you're not trying to form a family with the chick, she shouldn't be seeing you as a dollar sign solely. There's more to men and women relationships outside of.
Hold on, let me pump the brakes. You said you said if you're looking to start a family with a chick, you shouldn't be doing that. I mean, I think that's the problem right there. You're taking dudes with different motives and intentions, and you're applying it wrong. I mean, unless Mike can clarify, are you looking to start a family?
Well, Bernard,
right? That's what I'm saying. If you're not looking to start a family with them, then.
But the majority of relationships aren't looking to start a family. That's the flaw in your logic, bro. Again, this is what I'm saying. That's a flaw in your logic. The majority of most relationships between male and female are casual sex. So you started off on
aspect. But in casual sex, you do not need to demonstrate that.
Yes, you do. Okay. Well, hold on, brother.
That you don't need to demonstrate that you can.
Respectfully, brother. How many times have you had sex with a woman strictly with paying nothing, not one penny on anything?
Strictly for not paying nothing?
Yeah,
probably maybe a third of the time.
Okay, so 75% of the time, it still relates to our point. No women in the majority are going to have sex with you for nothing, for free. Okay, so no, and this is the lie that game niggas sell.
He mentioned the diary though.
I'm not. Hold on, brother.
Diary though. That's the aspect I was talking about. When you're demonstrating a diary, then that's a demonstration. That's really a demonstration of you for the family.
You missed his analogy. He was just giving you the basis of the pretty much quid pro quo relationship between male and female from a historical standpoint. Again, you're taking everything out of context.
Again,
can we converse? I'm trying not to be disrespectful when we're talking. I'm waiting till you get done to say what I have to say, but you keep jumping in.
Right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. So again, you came into this all the way wrong because you're being disingenuous because you're only criticizing tricking in a negative way. You're not criticizing game in a negative way or giving any of the offsets for a game. The thing is this, bro. Everybody pays in some kind of way. What game dudes are being disingenuous is they're saying, "Oh no, I don't pay a bitch shit. I don't do anything." No, that's a lie. The majority of fucking women, bro, are not at the majority of time, especially if you're talking about attractive women that most men want, are not going to leverage their fucking vagina for free. Just not going to happen. So you come up here and you say, "Oh well, it's extreme to the thing." Well, it's really not extreme. Like I said, the majority of relationships fail because the majority of relationships are just for casual purposes. If the majority of relationships were fucking successful, that means you'd be like a 99% marriage rate. Everybody would have one relationship only for life. So you're applying a lot of false pretenses and just poor logic in your assessment of the situation here. The male-female dynamic is that the man has to provide, period. Whether it's in him attracting a woman with his exterior, things, trinkets, jewelry, shoes, clothes, all those things, whatnot, what have you, or something. You have to show like you said, we just use you for the example. 75% of the time, which I would agree with, even for the best of the best dudes, probably going to be somewhere near the 50% time at the best. You're going to have to show some way or come out a way to be able to provide for a woman, especially we're talking heavily attractive women. If you're talking about twos and fews and foes and belows, okay, that's totally different. But if you're talking about the women that dudes actually want, bro, you're going to have to pay something. Point blank, period.
Damn, facts.
I agree with that, brother. I agree with everything he said.
Yeah, your
Okay,
premise, your premise to his whole thing is absolutely incorrect. Respectfully, you want this narrative of chicks should be honorable and not honorable at the same time. You got to pick a lane. When you doing what me and Mack City does, or the way Mack City does is actually better than how I do it. The chick is irrelevant. I, as a leader, my outcome is the only thing relevant. It doesn't matter how I get there. So for you, what you're trying to say is it's not normal to have my outcome be the thing. It should be the 50-50. She should want to do it because the essence of me. None of these chicks do that. You didn't holler at this chick at the bar. You didn't holler at this chick at the restaurant to have no relevant situation. You wanted to see what you can get away with first. Then later on, it became something. So your premise is off when you put that level of the game out there.
Good stuff. Okay. Good stuff. Let's go to Demetric Armstrong. I think you're the only one that haven't spoken yet. So you got the floor. You got the mic.
Yo, what's up, panel?
What's up? Hey. What's up?
Yo. Hey, Bernard, I wanted to go and say something. What you said earlier today, and I believe is very important right now. You brought up a good topic. A lot of these dudes talk about, some of the select guys talk about, hey, if you masculine enough, you'll be able to make a woman feminine. I believe that is extremely false. I had a conversation with my sister-in-law. She still isn't married. She had 5 children. So we already know where this conversation is going. So I had a conversation with her in my kitchen, and she stated, hey, look, listen, the problem with me is only some dudes can make me feminine, and other dudes, I have to be masculine because they're not masculine enough. And I told her, I said, that's extremely wrong. A feminine woman is feminine all the time. Here it is. I've been with her sister for, 10 years. And never once did I ever feel dominated by my wife.
Did you ever ask her, what exactly is this man doing to make her be feminine?
We're gonna get into it.
Okay, I guarantee. Okay.
We're gonna get into it. And it's exactly what you said. This guy had to get louder than her. He had to, go back and forth with her, and he had to pretty much sit her down in her position, and he had to pass each and every last one of her shit tests, which to me,
basically, let me just go ahead and skip to the end. I guarantee if he wasn't beating her ass, I guarantee he was getting to that point to where if she wasn't getting hands put on her, she felt like if she go one more step,
exactly
was like
exactly
so she either got to be getting her ass whooped or she got to get pushed right to that point where she oh shit, let me sit down, I'm about to get slapped, let me hurry up and sit.
It was more to combat in that bitch. It was more to combat in it. Here's the thing, and I think a lot of women nowadays, and a lot of modern women got a problem with Kevin, got a problem with spaces like the manosphere. It's because when I was growing up, there was no uniformity. And Mac, could you attest to this? When I was growing up, for a lot of young Black males that grew up in single mother households, we was taught one way, and there was really no uniformity as far as how to really deal with a woman. A lot of these women was coming from hurt families, and a lot of these women was bringing pain and trauma to your young ass. You ain't got no hair on your face, nothing. You don't know how to deal with these damn women. You know what I'm saying? These women coming from broken households, and you think that this is how a woman's supposed to act, when in all actuality, they're not. So you're still trying to find and discover your manhood. And amongst doing that, you got to deal with the young female that never ever was taught femininity. Whereas you have the manosphere now, where you have the older generation, you have the Kevins, you have the O'Shea's, you have the people like yourself, Bernard, saying, hey, look, listen, we want fit, feminine, and friendly women. And a lot of these women just don't meet these criteria. And for the first time, Black men actually have structure as to how a woman's supposed to come to a relationship to even get dealt with, to even get court to get dealt with, for us to even consider, selecting one of these women, as our significant partner, hopefully as a wife later on. But women has always had structure in what it is that they wanted. They was always taught 6 figures, 6-pack, and 6 feet. And they followed that to the T. Now Black men are starting to get some form of uniformity in how we're going to choose, our significant partner, and how we're going to choose our wife. Can anybody attest to that?
Anybody?
I can, but Mac, he asked you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, he
No,
said a lot.
it's for anyone. It's for anyone.
Well,
It's for anyone. Go ahead.
No, yeah, no,
Well,
Big Mike's keynote
okay,
speaker, so he go ahead and get it
check it
first.
out. The concept of, just, my God, man, you open up a can of worms on that one.
Yeah,
yeah, I know. Hey, they're gonna get us for this one, man.
Yeah, because my mother, we can think about the very concept of imprinting, because my mom's, man, I guess I could. I don't want to say blame her because I'm a man and I do what I do because I do it, but I feel that the caliber of woman that I fuck with is equal to who my mother was. My mother was basically a ratchet. There's no doubt about that, man. I'm not even. It leads me to. I did this 23andMe genetic test, man, about a year ago, and my mother. Black women are so grimy. What she did, right, kind of messed me up because I told her I was doing this genetic test, man. And so she was like, "Oh, you doing what?" I'm like, "I'm doing this genetic test." She was like, "Oh, well, let me tell you this. I'm not sure who your daddy is." I'm like, "What?"
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Wait a second now."
Wait, hold on. Time out. Was there a person who you thought was your daddy?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, because if she say I'm not sure who your daddy is and you never met your daddy, then that's okay. That's not as bad. But it was somebody who you was going around. You were going around calling somebody daddy.
Yeah, yeah. But in fairness, I didn't even know the dude who was my father. I barely even knew him. I think I met him even twice. So my mother, she had like just bad choices as far as in life as far as meeting dudes, because I went ahead and let me see. I was the firstborn, and my brother, he was born from a thug. See, my father, he was allegedly a square. My brother's daddy was a thug. And then I come to find out that she actually had sex with two dudes, the same month I was conceived or something. And I was like, what? Wait a minute. This is stuff that you don't even want to hear when you in your 40s. You know what I mean? You like, man, seriously?
Right. Yeah, that's hard to hear.
That's how you end up with a name like Legion or something.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but the test came out inconclusive. You know what I mean? Because none of my father's DNA was in the pool or whatever. So, but I'm pretty sure that this man who originally supposed to be my father was my father. But yet and still, man, when I think about the things that my mother did and her life choices, man, and how I could have came out versus the way I came out now, you know what I mean? Because I did have a father figure in my grandfather. If it wasn't for my grandfather, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ, I would have had no sort of moral bearing as far as being a man whatsoever. It was through my grandfather that I learned how to act. Like I told you, I was actually married. I actually raised children. I was actually gainfully employed, while at the same time living this shadow life of being a pimp, pornographer, all sorts of crazy shit. So on my mother's side of the family, that was some street shit. On my father's side of the family, that was some square shit. But yet and still, like I said, if my mother just would have exercised some goddamn sense and I have no idea how she turned out that way, because my grandmother and grandfather was solid. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, they stayed together forever. My grandfather, he passed away in 2008, and right now I'm actively taking care of my grandmother. You know what I mean? But my grandmother and grandfather was solid, man. I'm like, how did my mother become such a ratchet, man? And I never knew she was a ratchet until, like I said, I got out here on my own. My mother, she smoked weed, smoked cigarettes, was always drinking liquor and shit. And I was just like, how did my mother come out to be that way, man? It's something weird going on with the sisters, man. They just, I don't know, man. I can't put my finger on it, man. But yeah, they've just been given carte blanche and just be crazy, just be buck wild, bro.
Okay, Matt, to your point, with what I'm saying is, prior to us having a manosphere, prior to us having Kevin, we had to look up to our mom, because if you look at Sigmund Freud, he even stated that, hey, a girl grows up to marry her father, so you want to be you want to exemplify all the things that you want in her male to exude in his characteristics when she goes off later on. And a male grows up to marry his mom. And this is become evidently true more and more now, as we're saying it in 2021. prior to us having these platforms, we didn't have any structure. That's what I stated.
Real quick,
We didn't have.
do everybody agree with that? That men grow up and marry they mind? I've never
right. No,
agreed with
that was just something. That was just something that Sigmund said.
I know. Just a little side note on Sigmund Freud.
Right.
His claim to fame is he wrote the first book on psychology. He did it with no data, just shot from the hip, and was right.
Sigmund was high too. Hold on. Hey, I want to put out a disclaimer. He was high.
But the thing is, he was right about a lot of stuff. But the data. Hold on, calm down. The data has proven him wrong on some of his stuff. So when people quote Sigmund Freud, everything that he said isn't A1 rock solid. But he do get credit for writing the first book on psychology, and he just was intuitively right about a lot of stuff that he threw out there.
Right.
Everything he say, people be quoting him like it's solid gold. Take it to the bank because Sigmund Freud said it. Nah, you got to do something.
Now what I'm saying is, Bernard, is sometimes men that grew up in a household with a broken woman usually end up getting with a broken woman. Sometimes when a female grows up in a house without a father, or with a broken father, usually the male that she chooses tend to have those characteristics. With what I'm seeing,
it's some truth in that. It's some truth in that part.
With what I'm saying anecdotally, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying exactly. So what I'm stating is now that men have more of a structured way of choosing whether you select or non-select. So the guys, the jawline guys don't come after me, beat me up. For guys that are jawline guys, for guys that do have monetary resources, who are more affluently they're a little bit more wealthy. You still got a structure that you can follow. Hey, feminine and friendly. If this girl got a kid or two, I don't feel like I have the choice whether I want to play stepdad or not. It's still my choice. I have standards as well, and I get to exercise these standards. Do you think women are, do you think women have more of a problem with that now because men are having some type of structure as to how they're choosing and how they're courting these women, which ultimately and inevitably they're going to have to change up their mentality. They're going to have to change up their ideologies if they want to.
You do realize, you're asking a a long-winded question about courting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you read. I don't think you're reading the room right now.
Right.
But, yeah.
The long answer to that is yes, they've got a problem.
Can I ask a question?
But go ahead.
Hold on. No, go ahead. I couldn't even get what you said, Big Mike. Go ahead. I didn't hear what you said.
I said the long answer the short answer to that is yes, they've got a problem. So, but I would defer this to someone else.
Yeah.
So let me answer it before Mr. Sincere does his thing. So, back in the day, I had a channel, Alpha Male Wisdom, and me and Mike had a video that we did. I don't know if Mike remember, but I came up here really to defend Mike's position. Mm-hmm. Dude's got to understand, in the answer to your question, Mr. Armstrong, Black American males are the only ones who actually value bitches. Other cultures don't. So what you getting with the manosphere right now, or what me and Mike do, is normal in Japan. What me and Mike do is normal in Arabia. And it's just not normal in USA Black. The white dude I work with, the Filipino dudes I work with, they go to the darn spa and get sucked off at lunchtime and come right back to the money and make more money. And they don't have nobody in the Filipino culture calling them a trick.
Right.
As much as, I'm gonna play Mr. Fantastic for a minute, because one thing I disagree with Fantastic a lot, but one thing I agree with Fantastic does, he shows the inconsistency when dudes talk. How are you going to say there's no shaming language, but you use shaming language like tricking and simping? Make that make sense. So the reason I'm saying this is to set up, gentlemen, what's happening in the manosphere, Mr. Armstrong, is Black American males are finally coming to the I don't give a fuck standard that the Arab was already on. The I don't give a fuck standard that the Chinese was already on. But to what me and Mike do with tricking these worthless chicks, these chicks are not relevant to cats like me and Mike. We don't. That's why we don't have the premise of the question that some of you guys have. These chicks are not relevant. I told a story on my page a couple of days ago on how I'm sitting up here going to a couple of meetings because I work in medical. I'm going to a couple of meetings in San Francisco. I jump in my third Uber, my third meeting. Homeboy's like, "What do you do?" And we get to chopping up on what I do. Yeah, man, I want to learn that. Hey, no problem. I'll mentor you, because I give back to the brothers. He started giving me his number, and his number started popping up in my phone. And he's like, "What? You got my number already?" I said, "I guess so, homie. I don't know how." He said, "Well, that's my girl's number." And you know what I did, Mike? I played the fifth. I don't know, homie. Maybe but his girl was sitting up here doming me a month ago. For the $100.
What did you have his girl saved as in your phone when it popped up?
Well, I forgot what it was. I really played it off. I was like,
it just would have been messed up if he like you just saw his woman name in your phone. That would have been a whole.
Yeah, I always put like for all these for all these secondhand chicks I deal with, I always put a $sign next to them because I know what they know what they want.
That's even worse if he saw that.
Put a $sign next to them.
That's even worse.
So just to defend Mike's point again, these chicks are not really that important to us because we got our bread, we got our position. We already established. We don't need a chick to come 50-50 or be whatever and feminine, and because we dictate that. We dictate that with our position.
Right.
So respectfully to everybody else, y'all are starting to learn what me and Mike have already mastered. The chicks are irrelevant. So trying to even ask these chicks to be who they should be, that premise of the game is bad. And lastly, let me say it again. Get on my fantastic point. How can you shame a dude for the word tricking or simping when in these spaces you don't like shaming language? It's inconsistent to do the two. So I'll pass it back to B.
All right. Snuggles in the building with the super chat. He got a question on the table. He says, Mack City, do you think, I think he means white supremacy. He says, Mack City, do you think white supremacy has anything to do with how your mother turned out, just like most of the women you are talking about? Shout out appreciate the $5 Snuggles. Appreciate you.
Well,
I really don't have a rebuttal to that, man.
No, Big Mike. No, the question was to Big Mike.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. Well, if we're gonna go ahead and get a little conspiratorial, man, I don't think it necessarily has anything to do with white supremacy. I think it has a lot to do with. Let's put the tinfoil hat on right here, man. I believe that there's a concerted effort in America, especially in Western culture, to just feminize America, just to feminize all men, period. Because the government wants, they don't want families. The government wants to rule everything. And in order to do that, they have to destroy the family. And the only way to actually do that is to get rid of, is to elevate the woman above the man and to elevate the children above the parents. And so what we have here, we have a trickle-down effect. It has not totally trickled down to white America yet, but y'all know the old analogy as far as black folks being a canary in a coal mine. Whatever happens to us, right, it's going to happen to white folks later on down the line. But we are a test case scenario where they've basically said we're going to empower the woman, we're going to emasculate the man, emasculate the men. And I mean, that's why you have all these women running around out of pocket, because in everyday society, on mass media, social media, video games, rap music, R&B, that they're always told that they're the prize. They're always told that they're worth more than the man. So, I mean, subliminally, they're walking around with this chip on their shoulder, and they don't even understand why they're acting the way they're acting, because they're being programmed to do that through MK Ultra and also Project Mockingbird, which CIA has its hand in. So It's deep. It's deep, man. And that's why me and Tony, we seen this coming 10 years ahead of the curve. We like these women, they bonkers, they crazy. Cause we seen the out-of-pocket behavior just with hood chicks. And so we was like, well, if the hood chick is acting entitled and acting like she running things, we can only imagine what a woman with a degree and who's pledged a fraternity and got a 6-figure job. We can only just imagine how out of pocket she is or how out of pocket she's going to be. So we said, like, hey man, this trick shit, it's going to be the wave of the future, because most men that's worth their salt ain't going to tolerate it. They'd rather just go ahead, and shoot abroad a couple hundreds and just be done with it than just have some, just to have some battle axe they got to come home to every day, man. And I ain't on it. Even though I was one of the, go ahead.
I'll just ask a question. How does the tricking affect the community? Like, how does it either positively or negatively affect what you just described as far as out of pocket women, dysfunctional relationships between men and women? How does the tricking, how is that the wave of the future? How does that positively or negatively affect?
Ultimately, it's not good for the community. Whenever you have fractured families, it's never good. But we have that already.
Thank you.
We have that already.
Hey, what the hell going on with this this butter pecan? She said some. Who the hell she talking about paid her car note? Like it's some.
I'm not familiar with her.
Is anybody up here familiar with her?
Sound like she need more money. She only kicked in $1.99, so she need more tricking.
Yeah, she said that
slide me your number. We can make that happen.
Okay, your mouth look right. Your mouth look right. You can, holler.
I was about to get her out of here, but
no, keep that mouth.
Okay,
we can train that.
All right, cool.
Let me answer this.
Thank you for the $2 super.
Go, man, I got $2 for you, man. I know I'm a little short, but you come.
All right, yeah. She need a couple more dollars. She need a couple more dollars.
Let me answer the supremacy thing real quick. Let me answer. I mean, listen.
Go ahead, B. The white supremacy thing. I think Big Mike went down the right track with it. This country is tripping as a whole, and black people just because of our culture or our all kind of other stuff. Yeah, it hits us harder. It hits us harder. But as far as damn, now I'm forgetting the question, but yes, and does white supremacy have something to do with the way his mom acted like the women that he tricking on and dealing with? I don't exactly go there. I don't do that, but I ain't got stamina for it today, so I'll pass it.
Let me do 30 seconds on it.
Yeah, no, go ahead. You got it.
All right, so look, you could call it white supremacy, but here's what was happening before Reagan came around. Everybody was on the family tip. Everybody, chicks understood, hey, look, I need to be attached to somebody, my son or uncle, somebody to make this happen. Even in 2021, you have immigrant women who make the same money as Black American women who still have this flag understanding. I need to shut up and roll with my Ethiopian man just on the strength that he Ethiopian.
Yeah, we be talking about that all the time. A lot of them Hispanic, Latino women, they getting with the guy waiting outside of Home Depot to hop on somebody's truck. They understand that it's value in being with the man and having some type of family structure.
Right. So
that shit is gone, and it hit us the hardest. That's the devaluing of men in marriage, and so that's more so what it is to me. But go ahead, you got it.
So what happened is the white folks put out policy. Here's the strength of what Mack City does, what I do. When you don't care about women like that, when they're an agenda to a goal, the way the Chinese man looks at it, white people realize we Black American men care about our women too much. White American people realize that about us. So they put out policies under Ronald Reagan that these women can bite on. And guess what? Our women are the only ones really biting at it like that because we care too much. We're in a constant back and forth about it. Now it's just now starting to hit the white dudes to where the white dudes care about it. So to answer your question about white supremacy, it ain't so much white supremacy. It's a combo on white policy versus the fact we care too much. We don't know how to walk past the bad chick. And that's what the white people realize about us, even all the way back in Africa. There's stories about that. The other
can
thing
you say that again?
We don't have the ability to walk past a bad chick the way a Jewish dude can walk past a bad Jewish chick. He gonna walk past the bad Jewish chick because she don't fit his agenda. We don't have that ability, and we show it in America constantly.
Right. We don't have that ability to walk past the bad chick, but we have the ability to give her that bad chick that's out of pocket our hard-earned money.
No. You call it hard-earned money. Me and Mike call it just disposable bread.
Okay, got you.
See, we at a stand. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let Mike speak on it since he the keynote. We at a status to where our $200 is $20 to us.
Man, facts.
You at a status. You at a status to where your $100 is like $1,000. I'm not hating. I'm just saying. So we don't care like that. The female ain't that important to us. Suck this. That's the only thing. And let me get back to the money.
All right, Mike, did you want to jump in on that point?
Nah, not really. I'm just amazed that these dudes still don't get it, man. You know, this body dude, he like talking about the hard-earned money. Bruh, when I thought I explained this to you, man. Some cats got bread, man, and you know, we would prefer.
I get that. I'm cool with that. I get it.
So me spending
but
$100 or $200,
the same women that we all agree are out of pocket. Right.
Okay. Yeah, we agree that they're out of pocket. What's wrong with him paying them to be temporarily in pocket with him? Then they can go leave him and go be
whether it's temporarily or not. They're still out of pocket.
Wait, stop. They can leave him and go be out of pocket as hell with the world. But when he pays them to come in his presence, they're going to be in pocket and do what he say. That's him right. That's him doing what he has to do to win. Whether or not it has an overall good collective effect on society and the well-being of the collective, of the community, of the whatever the hell. No, that's not his concern. His concern is him winning in that situation. And if he's getting what he wants from that woman, and he's, like he said, giving away something that's small to him, me as a non-trick, I can't analyze it and say when I analyze it, I can see that okay, he won that exchange. I can't. So that's where I'm at with it.
Okay, check this out. Hold on. Let me explain this, man. Look, just because I'm tricking with these females doesn't mean I don't value them as human beings. I have put these females through online college courses. I have actually taken money out of my pocket, and I've done things for these children that I shouldn't be doing, that their baby daddy should be doing. You know what I mean? I've put them through football camps. You know what I mean? Well, what else? I was actually there when most of these children was born at the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you talking about, you know, how is the tricking impacted society and is it good for society? I've done more for these females than their own baby daddies have done. You know what I mean? And I don't have to do none of that shit. But I do that because
that ultimately tricking is bad is harmful for the community.
Ultimately,
hold
on. Ultimately, yes, it is. You know, if you're doing some low level shit, if you just, you know, picking up streetwalkers, banging them, yeah. I mean, yeah. Ultimately, when you have fractured families, and if you're not producing families, that's bad. But yet and still, you just being a straight up player is bad for the community as well. And that had nothing to do with no tricking. If you're not having, if you're not having any sort of real commitment towards a woman to build something, I mean, it is what it is. But that's not really what I'm into. Even though I'm tricking, I still have some sort of bond with these females. I said I've actually had a 10, 15-year relationship with many of these females, but it's based on business. It's not really based on
important question. Body Thug, are you married?
Oh, no.
Do you want to get married?
Do I want to be? I do want a family. Yes, I do have a family. I come from a two-parent home. My parents are still married.
Is that something that
uncles that are still married?
Real quick, time out. Is that something that you're actively pursuing?
Currently, I'm actually pursuing getting more money.
Okay, but eventually, okay, all right. So I mean, I was fishing to try to see if there was some a lack of internal logic in your position. Because if you take the position that men should be pursuing quality women for families and long-term situations, for that, then you could bring up the overall betterment of the community. But if you was just a dude who just a playboy out there just chopping holes, mopping flows, shout out to Platinum, then you really can't talk to him about no community shit, because like you said, you would be no different. It just you're doing the same shit. You just figured out a way to do it without spending money.
Exactly.
Which could be argued that is worse. He's
worse, yeah.
He's stimulating the economy at least.
Let me say this.
I agree.
Let me say this about Bowdy. I think you missed this part.
Question.
Hold on for 1 second.
I think might say real quick. Y'all hear me?
We can hear you. Fantastic. You back.
Hold on 1 second.
Go ahead, whoever else. Yeah.
I think you want to. I think Mac said something about it that you missed. I think you stuck in the narrative about the tricking. Look at what Mac just said. The worst is all these dudes who ain't doing what they supposed to be doing. See, you stuck in the narrative about the tricking aspect. Look at these dudes, these normal dudes hiding in the manosphere, saying that these chicks this, these chicks that, but they ain't representing some of the babies they done made. They ain't representing.
Whoa. Who you talking about? Who you like?
No. When Bowdy said that, is it destroying the community? This tricking.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this. You talking to? I mean, I know you wasn't talking about me, but I do got to represent for my channel and the people that I rock with on here. Like I'm a single father. Dude, what's funny?
I don't know.
No.
I mean, mute up for that. Just laugh if you. All right, I'm a single father who fought like hell for custody of my kids, and I can name like 15. Well, maybe not 15. Damn near close to 10 single fathers. Like I don't play that shit over here. If somebody over here owns some deadbeat shit, got like 4, 5 baby mamas, and still out here talking about some where the hoes at. Like, I can't rock with that dude. So on my channel, in my space, there is a certain amount of morality to the game. Like, you got to handle your business. Yeah, okay, you want to fuck hoes, I get that, I got that, I'm with you, fist in the air salute, but at the same time, I ain't with that irresponsible chick. Like, it's
irresponsible pumping and dumping. Irresponsible P&D.
Yes, it's the dudes who talk about pumping and dumping, and it's all about that. And to be fair to like somebody like Ramil, he makes sure it's just responsible pumping and dumping. He ain't got no kids, and hopefully a lot of his people who following what he's saying is doing the same thing and operating the same way. But there are some niggas who be coming in hiding behind some of the talking points of the manosphere, but they using it as their excuse to be reckless. I don't promote and elevate those dudes. Those dudes don't get no cape or no cover over here. So I just want to I want to defend my channel before you say
no. To that point, I think Bowdy isn't understanding. I think what. Let me use what B just said, Bowdy. There are demographics of dudes who are not like B and not like Mike. That's really your concern. It ain't really the Mikes of the world. Your concern is these out of bounds dudes who are creating at a percentage level higher of a catastrophic thing in the community than a Mack City. That's the only point I'm making. Yeah, that's the only point I'm making.
Yeah, don't get caught in that narrative. I don't give cover for both of them, to be honest. I see using manosphere points, talking points. I see both as contributing to the situation, the negative situation.
Well,
one is creating baby mamas.
Can I say something?
While you're like you said, you getting your money, you ain't looking for a marriage, you're looking to settle down no time soon. I'm assuming you're putting your dick in some pussy every now and then, correct?
Every now and again, I'm pumping and dumping responsibly. Shout out to Ramil.
Okay, so
you're part of the problem.
I mean, by your logic, hold on, time out. I want to make it clear. By my logic, you're not a part of the problem, but by your own
logic, you're part of the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. Everybody on the panel see it.
Respectfully.
All right. And let me say it real quick. Let me say it real quick, and then I'll let you rock. Okay. All right. So I see as community semen guys as creating baby mamas.
Yep.
And then those of us or men that fill in the gap as far as monetarily wise with the tricking, or basically with monetarily, because she can rely on you to fill in the gap for the other guy.
Yep.
That's a problem.
Yeah,
instead of
that is a different type of
instead of creating an environment.
That's a different type of problem, and we do address
Can I
that.
ask you a question?
No, but
we talk about that.
Hold on, real quick. Yeah. So, and you're basically in a roundabout way saying the trick in some ways is being the cleanup man.
No.
How is it not?
Logic.
That sounds like what he's saying.
If y'all let me in, I could do it.
Go ahead,
Fantastic.
I was trying to say it's a reason why my phone was fucked up. Listen, bro. Again, brother, you're being extremely biased, and everyone keeps telling you you're not seeing it. You're not saying anything negative. You're coming in from the game aspect. The game dude and the tricking dude are the same guy when it comes to families, bro. The same exact person, except they're just using different tactics. Neither one of them is looking for a female to create a family. They're looking for some pussy. Okay?
There's nothing wrong for looking for pussy, though.
Okay,
wait a minute. Hold on. I got it, Fantastic. Fantastic. Hold on, Fantastic.
We agree with that, right?
Body thug.
My shit.
All right, I had the game-winning shot, but go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, not for you, Bernard. He keep jumping in. No shit,
My
Bernard.
bad. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Isn't that guy who's not tricking, but he's giving time and sex to that out-of-pocket woman, that baby mama? Isn't he giving her some type of comfort, something to make her more comfortable in her dysfunctional state?
Yep.
Same thing.
Thank you, Bernard.
Oh, how is that the same thing? Explain it. Break it down.
Oh my God. Okay,
I'm not connected.
Pass me the rock, Bernard. Pass me the rock.
You got it.
Yeah, let Fantastic get it.
All right, again. So, brother, listen, brother. Again, first off, you're not accepting the premise that we all you're the only person not coming to this evenly. Okay, you're defending one position only. What we're telling you is this: tricking or game or whatever. Your premise is dysfunctional women not being out of pocket and pretty much stunting the growth of or preventing successful healthy families, correct? I'm asking you.
I'm sorry, say that again.
You're against women doing anything other than fucking making healthy black families, correct? That's your whole purpose and premise against tricking, right?
No.
What's your end goal? What's your end goal?
So my thing is, if you're pumping and dumping a chick, just regular sex, that's something that is like a normal function of that's like doesn't do anything to anything.
Are you spending money?
If I'm giving money,
bro.
If I'm giving money, you just said provision to a chick that's struggling, she needs a man. No, you need a whole. That's a boy. You need a man. You need a dude for that to be giving some money to.
At a 75% rate, you're paying her during the pumping and dumping.
No, I'm not paying her.
Yes, you are.
No.
Money.
If I'm going out to the movies or if I'm going buying drinks, y'all count that as tricking, but it's not.
Brother,
that's normal behavior.
I don't think that's tricking.
You have a narrative that is your own.
Yeah.
Somebody let Sincere answer his question, sir. You have a narrative that's your own, and that's how I would leave it.
I don't disagree with that. I understand that point.
I don't see where he's coming from, man. It's not tricky, man. It's like, that's what I'm saying. It's people look at it in two different ways. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to explain people's logic, you know? That's just what I was just trying to chime in and say, man. It's the logic, man, how they look at it. But, you know, to be real, it's tricking, man, at the end of the day.
Okay,
so let me answer this.
Hold on, wait, let me try this. Let me try this one more time. Because Body Thug, I like where you're going with it when you're pointing out that, okay, if it's a dysfunctional chick out there, and we can agree that dysfunctional chicks are a problem for the community, a trick is coming in, paying money to that dysfunctional chick. So in that sense, he's he's giving her money. He's basically essentially paying for her dysfunction. In other words, that a fair argument.
That is
a fair argument.
He's giving her money. He's helping to enable her dysfunction. Okay. If a guy who's not giving her direct money, but you are spending money, you're taking her out, you're doing shit with her, and you're giving her time, attention, and dick, aren't you also helping her be more comfortable in her dysfunction, ultimately enabling the dysfunction as well?
It's all the same, bro.
You're ultimately
that's what
enabling
I'm saying.
the dysfunction. So in that sense, based off the internal logic of your own position, you're not doing nothing that much different than the trick who's giving her money.
And actually, like I said, the trick is being more efficient because, again, like Big Mike and like Mr. Research said, if your time is more valuable than money in some instances. If you are a guy where you're a high value guy and you're literally making X amount of dollars per hour, you wasting 2, 3, however many hours in whining and dining, going on a date, all these other things to motherfucking take a bitch out. Okay, versus just saying, hey, look, the date was gonna cost, let's say, $125. Here you go. What's good? I need my 30 minutes to an hour to get what I want to get up out of you. Have a nice day, so on and so on. We can keep this going on as long as you want to keep it going. Not really being disrespectful, but hey, I'm a busy man. If and when we get some time together or whatnot, I have extra time, maybe we could chill. But hey, look at it from this way. Most women are gonna get down with that, bro. This is why escorts exist. This is why vagina is the oldest sold commodity on the planet, bro. There's a reason why women, the sugar babies, I told you about Instagram, all this shit. These chicks, OnlyFans is proof of it. If a chick has the fucking chance of being paid up front versus getting to know you and all this other shit, whatnot, what have you, a lot of them are going to choose the bread. She's going to go, man. And again,
can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Do the women value themselves at the end of the day?
They value the bread.
I don't care. Why would you care?
Well, that's a problem.
This is what I'm saying.
White women value the bread.
This is the question.
Asian women value the bread. Arab women value the bread.
All women value the bread.
They all value the bread.
All right, I got to do a timeout because I'm way behind on super chat. But the conversation got good, so I quit reading the super chat for a second. Appreciate everybody who's supporting the show. Make sure you hit the like button. Snuggles in the building with super chat. He said our bitches people easily. I think you mean our bitch. Are bitch people easily manipulated by everyone else to do the wrong thing? Is that the premise of what you all are saying, or am I wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, black people are easily manipulated.
Black people.
Black dude, that's the reason why I asked that question. That's the reason why I asked that question.
Snuggles isn't black.
Let him read the chat.
Snuggles is not black?
No.
Damn it, I didn't know that. Now look at you. Now okay.
I think somebody also said you can't put black in the super chat too.
Chats are disappearing. Let him read the chats.
Yeah. Queen Q in the building says, is it possible for black men to lack self-control when it comes to that, unlike other men in other racial demographics?
I say yes.
Yeah, I think we can just take a quick scan at the data and say that like I say, everything's on a bell curve. On a bell curve, black men are doing the worst when it comes to self-control or discipline or discipline when it comes to a lot of this stuff. So yeah, that part is true. On a bell curve, black men
QQ, that's a nice face, QQ.
Yeah, shit. David Johnson's ain't going nowhere. Let me go up to the top and see. All right, Platinum sent a super chat. I think he was talking shit to Tricks, but I'm gonna try to dig up what Platinum said. Taboo Smash said, baby mama create themselves. There are dozens of birth control in today's society. Most of the women choose single motherhood. It is true. I think a high percentage of women do actually in a calculated way choose single motherhood, but I don't go 100% whole hog with that argument. I mean, the dude got responsibility to put a condom on if you don't want to be a dad. So there's that. It's fine arguments on many sides of that one, but yes, a lot of them do have an ideology, pathology where they make decisions to where they're going to end up being a single mom. I'm not even going to do the breakdown of how a woman basically laid out a life plan for women that left to her own devices. When she wrote it out herself, what she think women should do, it would ultimately lead to them being single and childless in their mid-30s and just going and finding some semen. Like, I mean, it was weird. I ain't going to break it down. It's a long long-winded story, but yeah, a lot of them do make the choice to do that because they would rather be free, single, do what they want to do, fuck who they want and fuck who they don't, and then when they ready to have some kids, just go find some semen, and that way they don't got to be in no structured situation. They can
there
just,
you go.
Yeah. Yep. So no, they do choose it, but at the same time, I'm not going to take all the responsibility off a man. I mean, put a condom on your dick. There you go. But anyway, David Johnson. But there's enough reckless Negroes out there to where they're going to be able to find some semen somewhere. But David Johnson, the asshole in the building, he said the real problem with tricking versus game issue is simple. People think time and money are equal, or they think money is more valuable than time. But news flash, it's not. Time is much. It's not. Time is much more valuable. So who's really getting played? Good stuff. And I'm going to try to take my man Pablo. Almost missed Pablo super chat. Shout out to you. He said, thank you for having my spiritual tricking brothers in arms. Right on. Right on. Pablo down with the tricking. Pablo definitely down with the tricking. Give me 1 second. Okay, now we gonna get back to the conversation while I pull up the wait, hold on. I gotta have okay, right here. I got it. Thought I lost it. All right, let's see. Damn it. I apologize. I'm taking too long to run. Yeah, I'm taking too long to run through this. I'm trying to catch what a few more people said. Shout out to everybody. My man, Mr. Shane Vicious, says the out of bounds dudes are a small percentage. Fair enough. That can, yeah. I'm with you on that. But we ain't got time to be breaking down the data today. But Platinum Elite says, and I guess we can. I'm gonna say Platinum for last because he said something that we can spark a conversation with. But hold on.
I wanted to reply to David real quick.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and reply to David. I think I might have got through everybody but Platinum. So
I appreciate the conversation. I like it.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so go ahead and who wanted to reply to David? Go ahead.
Yeah, me.
Go ahead. You got it.
Time is more valuable. Time is way more valuable.
That's why Scarface had a famous line in the scene. First you get the time, then you get the power, and the women will come.
Right on. Platinum Elite sent a $10 super chat. Somebody just told me don't forget the sound bites. Yeah, I had to forget the sound bites for a second because I was trying to hurry up and run through it and get back to the conversation.
I'll be sarcastic, by the way. Scarface did not say first you get the time.
Yeah, I showed
those
Oh, I didn't even realize you said it. I didn't even realize you said it backwards. I knew what you were referencing. I didn't realize you switched it up.
First you get the money. Then you get the power.
Right, but when you said Scarface said, I knew where you was going to go with it, and I spaced out and started reading and assumed that you. Yeah, I got you. My bad.
Let me just say this real quick. Let me just say this real quick. You know what? This goes back to what Mr. Fantastic always does in a lot of these panels. Try not, gentlemen, and I ain't talking about people on this panel, but just in general, try not to be inconsistent with your own narrative. Sometimes people's narratives take over their mind, their logic. It's like, and it's kind of like what B was breaking down. If you got to use anything you say or anything Mac say, it needs to be a mathematical expression. It needs to come to an end result.
Thank you.
If it don't come to an end result, then you're saying something in which you cannot prove. Yeah. And then we get to wasting time, 20, 30 minutes. And I'm not crapping on nobody. I'm just suggesting. We end up wasting 20, 30 minutes on something that the person can't even prove. These chicks are not relevant to, I mean, they're human beings, but they're not relevant on the scope to people like Mac and myself and Pablo. So look at the geishas of Japan. Is that community destroyed? No. Look at the bathhouses in China. Is that community destroyed? No, it's better than ours. Look at the Arabs and their multiple brothels. Are those communities destroyed? No. So to even call people simps and tricks is a waste of y'all time out there in listening world.
So nobody's a simp.
Hold on, and let me follow this up real quick. Listen, man, again, this isn't a shot, but again, bro, if you've been anywhere outside of the United States of America, bro, prostitution is pretty much just carte blanche everywhere but here. We're the last harbinger of prostitution being illegal and being taboo and all these other things, bro. Much better civilizations, not civilization, but much better cultures. All patriarchal cultures are okay with prostitution. And prostitution actually does you a favor because it separates marriageable women and relationship material women from whores. Okay.
I agree with that.
So if you agree with that, okay, once a chick is a trick and she's willing to take the payment up front, then you know what she is. You put her in her proper place. You don't marry, you don't wife.
You said the chick is a trick?
Huh?
When she chooses
well,
it.
you know, chooses a trick. When she allows herself to be purchased, that lets you know that she's for sale and she has a price. Most women have prices, okay, and that's just the harsh truth. And furthermore, like I said, the theory. Shout out to Mr. Research, man. This is why I say mathematically, when you break this shit down logically, most shit comes to number. That's why I like to simplify shit mathematically. The tricking shit in itself is just illogical because, again, bro, whether you pay her directly or indirectly, and again, I'm not a trick. I'm not for the tricking. I don't believe in giving a woman money up front. I believe in us enjoying something mutually, dinner, movie, whatnot, what have you, mutual time spent and enjoyment. But this is why I don't knock tricking. A dude
I agree
that
with
don't
that.
have the time. So again, if you're saying you agree with it, then you can't be against the tricking. If the date and everything else is going to equal out to be $125 to $200, and you say, hey, I'm a busy man, I got a lot of shit to do, let's not do that. I'm going to take this money, give it to you up front. Do you agree? If she agrees, okay, he just saved time. He gets what he really wants anyway, which we all want is the pussy. Then he goes about his way. That's all I'm saying. So when people come in, this trick is bad, again, I just look at it as a dude that's streamlining the process. And if you claim to be a businessman, or you claim to be successful, you want power, you understand that, you shouldn't have a problem with that. Especially, like I said, when they keep telling you, man, these sheiks, these constables, these men of power. And I fucked up earlier. I said Arthur Blank, but I meant Robert Kraft. Bro, Robert Kraft is a billionaire. What did Robert Kraft get caught up doing? This nigga went to a fucking
exactly
Asian style, yeah,
motherfucking a shopping mall, $20 sucky rub me and got caught up. All right. So again, man, look, as much as we talk about white folks and everybody else and whatnot, look at what they do, even when they're at the highest position of power. This man could afford any escort, but for for streamlinement time, he said, hey man, I really need to bust a nut. Oh, we're driving by a little shopping center right now. Oh, I see the motherfucking Japanese writing, $40. Shit, I love a bargain. I'll spend the $40 versus the $500 for an escort in the hours or how long it's gonna take. Go in here for 15 minutes, tell Su Ling the motherfucker hit that lotion up, and I'm on about my way again. It's just he got caught up. So again, man, like I said, it's a fundamental it's just dumb. And
black males are the only ones still stuck on this narrative that other males have mastered.
And why are you worried about another man's dick? Why? That's what I don't get, bro. I don't.
Okay, I'm not worried about another dude's dick. I'm not even worried about his pocket.
I'm not saying you in particular, but this is what I'm saying.
Okay, I get it.
Listen, hear me out. Whenever you criticize whatever means a dude uses to get his dick wet, bro, what I stroke don't make you nut. Okay, in the inverse, I don't give a fuck how you get whatever bitch you getting, do it. But and then it's catch-22 because when you force and you guys say, oh well, nigga, you this, oh nigga, you that, and the nigga defend this position, oh well, you this, and then it's like, well, nigga, what you doing with your dick? And then it comes into a motherfucking dick wars and nobody wins. So let's just
but
our own dicks, okay?
All right. Platinum Elite in the building. You did send a $10 super chat. Appreciate that. It said, I don't know if I'm gonna go to Lil Big Nate first. Lil Big Nate was in there before you, but you did say that tricking hurts men collectively by empowering women. You reward bad behavior. Platinum is chastising men about rewarding the bad behavior of women. You're the same person that when they was tricking on the couch at True Kitchen, you was like, what's wrong with tricking? We need more. No.
I said what's wrong with twerking. I said what's wrong with twerking.
No, I got it. You're like, what's wrong with twerking? We need more twerking. Let them twerk on.
We do.
So you can't talk about men rewarding or bad behavior from women. But yeah, I do want to look at what you said about the tricking hurts men collectively by empowering women. I do want to explore that thought process. So shout out to you. Thanks for the $10 super chat. And Osworld in the building with the $20 super chat. I appreciate that.
I want 150,000. So we can settle out of court right now for $20.
Man, get your
All right. Thank you, Osworld. Appreciate the $20 super chat. So and let's get it. David Johnson in the building. I said I haven't been playing the clips lately because it got a little intense. Thank you for the super chat, David Johnson. We're going to circle back to that comment that you made, Platinum, but I do want to go to Little Big Nate first, and I actually got to step up. I got to use the bathroom, tell you the truth. I got to step away for a minute so you brothers can talk amongst yourselves, but go ahead, Little Big Nate. You got the floor. You got the mic. I'll be able to hear what's going on my phone when I go use the bathroom, but go ahead. Y'all got it.
I appreciate that, Bernard, man. Thanks for letting me up. Gentlemen, good to see you, gentlemen. Happy Saturday. One of the gentlemen said he pointed to, other societies having, women. Okay, I just wanted to address that point real quick, and how those societies have not been ruined. The reason those societies haven't been ruined is because it's a very small contingent of women that are engaged in that behavior. Now, the more this behavior is encouraged among, let's just say, for instance, Black American women, the more you're getting to a society that will be ruined. Women without virtue or women without value. Once your society has a bunch of valueless women, your society is through. That's just a fact. For anyone who would argue whether or not multiple sexual partners are problematic for women, the industries that have the highest rate of drug abuse and suicide is pornography. It's not even close. I've read studies that back in the 90s, the average age of a woman in pornography was like 44 years old before she died. Okay. And it was drug abuse, and then it was suicide. That was the next biggest contributing factor. So again, I'm not suggesting men shouldn't be able to do what they do with the women who are engaged in that behavior. My only thing is, the more the behavior is encouraged or practiced, the more women who are engaging in it, you will eventually have a society that collapses.
Okay, let me rebut. Have you been to Canada?
No, sir. Never been there.
Okay. Fantastic to tell you. You go to Canada, you see all these prostitutes walking around looking like evening gown dresses, cheerleaders, cowgirls with cow hats. It happens right after 7 o'clock. I mean, hundreds of them. Okay. It does not affect the society. Have you been to Germany or Austria?
No, I haven't. But
okay. Wait. I'm rebutting. Fantastic will tell you, you go there, people are out there screwing everything left and right. It does not affect the society. So when you come with the premise that it's only a little bit,
exactly,
as a person who has not traveled on that level, you're disingenuous to what.
No, so you don't need to travel.
Wait, it's actually good as far as crime and stuff. It's actually good for a community. Well, when it stops crime too. But go ahead.
What does having a group of prostitutes outside have to do with the collapse of a civilization? Who's marrying those prostitutes? Answer me that.
Yeah, but
why do you have to get married?
No.
I'm finished.
He got a fair question.
No, who's marrying those prostitutes? Who's building families with those prostitutes?
Guys like you. Guys like you.
Hold on. Platinum, let's not do that. But Big Nate, you're proving his point. You're proving his point.
Exactly.
We said this earlier.
No, my point is the more prevalent the behavior becomes, your society will eventually collapse. There won't be women to build households with.
No, Big Nate. Again, this is where you're missing, brother. Listen, again, a prostitute services many men. She doesn't just service one. A wife only services one. You understand what I'm saying? So what he's telling you, let me finish. What he's telling you is this is a clear delineation between the whores and the wife material women. And in these cultures, all these cultures that you guys always use, want to be like the Arab, want to be like the Asians. He's making the point of telling you all of these people have prevalent prostitution, clear as day, bro. Like I said, and for the record, Mr. Research, I had never been to Canada. and I've never been to Germany or wherever you said, but I have been to the Middle East. Okay, and in the Middle East, bro,
that's even worse.
Exactly. And it's the Middle East Muslim. You know how Muslim culture is, bro. But
Yes,
when those lights go out, the freaks come out. And again, those women of that whatever, like it's a clear delineation between them, and it's mostly not even. It's a lot of other women. A lot of the Arab women don't even get down into it. But that's the point we're trying to make. We're trying to tell you.
Mr. Fantastic.
Wait a minute. Wait.
I think you're missing my point. My point is, in America, the line is becoming blurred. So many of these girls are getting into this behavior.
Exactly. We got your point. We got your point. That's your narrative.
Wait a minute.
Somebody let Platinum speak now.
No, yeah. OnlyFans, IG. Women want to
exactly.
No, wait a minute. They want to put up. They want on. Take a phone from a say someone 13. Take it from a child. Is that not punishment? That's punishment. The women want to be on the phone. They want the attention. They want the likes. They got IG. They can monetize social media. Of course, OnlyFans is a little bit extreme, but still, that's the direction we're headed. You're talking about, like even in crime. I know dudes who get out of jail. If they linked up, the first thing they do before they even go home, they go buy a couple of women who've already been purchased, been, they're there to service those guys. Yes. And the women enjoy it and the men enjoy it. And there's a decrease in crime. When those men integrate themselves back in the community, they're not as thirsty. They're not as, they can go do a warehouse job. They don't come in with an attitude and an anger like they've been deprived. They're thirsty. They ain't had sex. They don't come into the community all fucked up like that, hyped up. So that's all I was saying. I don't get what he's complaining about.
I'm not saying that there's a problem with prostitution. That didn't come out of my mouth. I'm saying there's a problem with this type of behavior becoming prevalent amongst large groups of women.
Okay.
That is my point.
Okay.
It should be relegated and kept small. There should be that line of delineation and demarcation between proper women and improper women. But if the behavior becomes commonplace and more and more women start engaging in it, your society will collapse.
Okay, so let me prove Platinum's point. Then why don't you check these worthless dudes who keep making it prevalent?
What do you mean? How do you know what I haven't done, sir?
No. My point is, why don't you I'm not talking about you and what you have and have not done. I'm talking about your question. Your question really needs to go to the dudes who are paying OnlyFans. Your question really needs to go to the dudes who are creating these society immorality. Exactly.
I mean, I just got up here, so I haven't had a chance to address other people that are responsible for it.
No. I'm trying to suggest that what Platinum just said is very valid. The system, as it is right now, allows for a 13-year-old chick, as creepy as that sounds, to get on the internet and pretend and get money.
Yep.
It allows a 70-year-old chick to get on the internet and get money. Teach me, Little Big Nate. Teach me, Fantastic and Platinum. How do we stop that?
You can't. No, they've actually sued those all those platforms. Like a woman can literally be nude on IG, and they sued. She could say that is me wearing a bra, and I'm doing a bikini review. I got big tits. I got a big ass. How dare you take down my content? They fought her. They said, well, there's nothing nude about it. I'm just thick. And are you hating on me? They sued. They can't. That's why all the women told me I can put anything on my channel. I said, anything? I said, damn. How you get away with that? She said, they can't hit it. She said, if you put it on yours, they'll take it, but not me. I'm a woman. I can do anything I want. I said, damn.
You're making it.
All right. Real quick. I gotta do this as I come back. I do want to see what Game Changer got to say on this. But when I was up, walking around, I was listening on my phone. But if I understand it right, is Platinum criticizing tricking on moral grounds?
No.
Is that what's happening here? Somebody let me know. Anybody, let me know. I don't want Platinum.
I think that's Little Big Nate. I think Little Big Nate is the one criticizing.
I understand Little Big Nate's position, and there's Little Big Nate has internal logic because if you listen to everything else he say, that lines up that he would criticize it. So I
he got his own narrative.
If you need an answer, if you need an answer, Bernard, I mean, I think what Platinum was getting at is, he understands the practical means of tricking. Which only leaves other reasons why tricking is bad. So I can see why you would come to that conclusion.
Yeah, because Platinum normally criticize tricking just on some shit that I'm a player with my collar popped. And I don't gotta spend money on these hoes. But if he's doing it on some societal moral shit, then you ain't on grounds to do that. Little Big Nate can, but you can't.
What do you base that on?
Every other word that ever has come out of your mouth.
How's he more moral correct than I am? I disagree.
I'm basing it on practically the implications of damn near every sentence you say. So that's where it get weird if you start trying to criticize tricking on some moral grounds. But I want to go to Game Changer and see what Game Changer got to say on this topic. And thank you, number 16, for that super chat. I do appreciate that. And anybody else who I missed when I was gone. But go ahead.
Okay, thanks a lot. So yeah, I agree with Little Big Nate to an extent. And you're right. Prostitution does offer women an alternative to traditionalism. And by taking that alternative, it does dissolve the family. The problem is, as it applies to modern Black society, is that the shit's already dissolved completely. You see, anything can work as an alternative, whether it's welfare, whether it's career, I got my PhD, or whether it's just, being a sugar baby or what have you. And these women are taking it in mass. If you put anything in front of these, and if you put anything in front of these bitches' faces, including prostitution, then they'll take it. So no matter what, it's something that they're going to do in mass. So why not have somebody like Mack City Limit benefit from it?
And a gentleman asked me,
Mack City Limit doesn't benefit from a chick on welfare, with an empty vagina. He doesn't benefit from a chick, who went to school for 6 years so she could serve a white man coffee. He doesn't really benefit from that. However, he does benefit from, a prostitute.
Yeah, but see, you're supposed to trick on the back end, not the front end. And you guys y'all front end tricks. That's like a dude flying out to New York, and before he get out the airport, he trying to trick. You don't do it that way. That's after you about to leave. You didn't hit nothing. You hollered. You spit. Nothing happened. You tricked before you left. That's just different. So it's not so much there's a disagreement. Again, it's just how weak it is as a man to just be talking like you're going to get these bitches.
That's the shaming language. That's the shaming language, calling something weak.
Let's not do this. Platinum, my statement to Little Big Nate wasn't from the trick's perspective. It was from the horse perspective. So please, Little Big Nate, could you respond?
Yeah, my thing is this. When it comes to the issue of prostitution, it's the woman's occupation. It's the man's money. Y'all do whatever the fuck you do. Me personally, I'm not touching a prostitute. That's just me. Mm-hmm. But the men who do it, that's your business. Go ahead and do what you do. My contention is one of the gentlemen asked how do you stop it, and you got to raise children that understand, especially females that understand the consequence of behavior that doesn't account for any type of virtue or also any consideration for their future.
Right.
Should it be illegal?
Right, please.
Hold on, wait a minute. Should it be illegal, Little Big Nate? You say you don't have a problem with.
I would leave that up to each individual state.
No, I'm asking you.
So, if I was head of a state,
should a man be punished for say, hey, I got 150, I want to fuck?
No. If there's a woman of consenting age that wants to do it, no, I wouldn't do that.
You just went back on your whole 20-minute argument.
No, I didn't. You don't understand context.
Right.
I just literally said if a woman's occupation is prostitution and a man has his money and everything's she's of age, go do what you do.
And I point you back to Bernard. All these women do what they do. Therefore, by proxy,
all these women do what they do.
Follow along, because by proxy, they all have a option to choose to be prostitutes in any situation they deem necessary. Fantastic just went on a whole 10-minute thing telling you that.
So what is your point?
Oh my God.
Who should be punished more, the trick or the hoe?
Okay, so I was talking to Little Big Nate about the prostitute's perspective. I don't think that adding prostitution to a woman's repertoire of things that she can do in lieu of marriage and things like that is really going to change much. I do, however, because you mentioned the children. The problem with modern society is that men don't have access to children.
Yeah,
and that's with prostitution being illegal. So you talk about raising a society. Basically, what you have is women raising girls to be just like them, and you have men that don't have access to their sons,
or women letting the state and popular culture raise their children. Which
whatever the case, prostitution has nothing to do with it. So what I'm saying is the problem exists en masse. This is the primary problem of the Black community. The problem exists en masse, even with prostitution illegal and things like that. So why can't Mack City Limit benefit from the situation?
He can benefit from it if he wants to. That's his business. I mean, if you don't care for benefiting like that, then go benefit it. That's your business.
No, Nate, what I'm saying is that he's not causing harm in what he's doing.
Whoa, he just said he did though.
No. Whoa. Well, hold on. The more this is the ultimate problem. You have prostitution, and then we have millions of girls all across America engaged in prostitution-like behavior.
I would say being a career bitch is prostitution-like behavior. I would say being a welfare mom is prostitution-like behavior. I say anything but getting me a motherfucking sandwich is prostitution-like behavior.
We agree.
Okay, well, who should be punished more, the trick or the hoe?
What the fuck?
Little Big Nate, I want to see, because he,
what the fuck?
If two adults want to engage in that behavior, that's on them. I don't want the behavior to spread and become common.
You don't think one should be punished more than the other?
One should be punished more. The woman's punishing herself. She's ultimately.
Hold on, real quick. I think
she's destroying herself.
Time out.
You're never going to meet that punishment.
I think this is the problem that y'all are having. Lil Big Nate thinks that it's morally wrong, but I don't think he's willing to go whole hog with saying that it should be illegal to punish people. And I'm like that on a few issues. There's a few things that I think is absolutely wrong, but I don't think it should be punishable by law. It's two different things.
And Bernard, this is the difference between leaving the decisions in the hands of the state or in the hands of the culture. I want the decisions to be made at the cultural level. Okay, not the state level. I don't want to put any more fucking power in the hands of the state. I want the power to be in the households, in the communities, at the street level with the people. And that's why the culture has to change. Okay, go fuck all the women you want to fuck, turn your daughters into whores, whatever. Do what you do. I want to change the culture. That's what I've been saying the last 8 months. I've been coming on panel.
And why would anyone listen? Why would anyone listen to you?
Come on, Platt.
No, I'm being for real. He said
somebody start a platform.
Wait a minute. Listen to me.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about you.
To that.
I'm not talking about your platform. I'm trying to make a point. You got the TD Jakes. You got these huge. We got these moral authorities all over the place. I'm saying I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying why would I stop engaging in all this stuff? Because you don't like it. Why the fuck would I don't care what you like? I'm gonna fuck this. I'm gonna fuck like this. I'm gonna fuck like left and right. Left.
Yeah, do whatever you want, and when you end up a burned out whatever nigga in some 300,
you gonna take care of me. You know why? Because you the moral dude.
Then that's that.
Hold on. My point was this: that dried out, burnt bitch that's been fucking and sucking, you gonna marry her. Because it's niggas like you, who always come in and say,
I'm gonna marry a burnt out bitch.
Platinum. We just learned earlier in the show today. Hold on. Let Bernard speak. Let Bernard speak.
You want to tangle with me, son?
Lil Big Nate, Platinum. We just learned that earlier in the show today that it's far more likely that a player or pimping dude is more likely to marry and retire with his main hoe. She can't even walk the strip no more. She can't even walk the strip no more. That's who the pimp gonna retire with. So yeah, I think you're more likely to end up with one of them bitches
Yeah,
that be
but no,
saying Lil Big Nate gonna end up with.
hold on. Can I hop in here? I've been quiet the whole time. Y'all niggas been going back and forth. So I God damn it, shit.
Go.
So anyway, not you, Bernard, the other niggas.
I got you. I got you. Go ahead.
All right, so yeah, Platinum. Hey, brother, what's up, Platinum? Can you hear me?
What's up, Fantastic?
Hey, man, you don't recall a certain associate of yours that bragged about his eye twitching from $1,000 dick after his woman deals with $1,000 dick, brother?
Hey, believe it or not, I can't hear every live stream people do. So nah,
No. It was on.
And I really don't want to speak on other people. I speak on me though.
Brother, wait, Platinum. This happened on your live stream, brother. The associate of yours on your live stream.
You know what? You should be surprised how much I sleep during my live.
Oh, well, let me bring something to your recollection for the people that don't know. So yeah, Bernard, it's quite.
I don't care.
Well, it's not for you, Platinum. It's for everybody else.
Why are you?
Again,
he's talking to the audience. He's talking to the audience.
Okay, well, I'm out of
Bernard. So again, Bernard, like you said, there was a person that claims to be a game aficionado that said he is happy he just loves when his woman gets off of having sex for money with another man. It turns him on sexually. He's sexually turned on by other men paying his woman to have sex with his woman now. His woman, all right, not a hoe or a trigger, a woman he's claiming is his own. And I don't know if you're familiar, but no, I made a live stream about this and I did the math. And I'm a merciful pimp. If I was to be a pimp, I'd be a merciful pimp. So we did the math of the merciful pimp, Bernard. It came up to be a little bit over 1K dicks per year. Okay, 1K dicks per year. So when that pimp, again, shout out to Big Mike and shout out to my man Zero. Zero was right that a lot of these pimps end up. Hold on, Platinum. I'll give it to you, brother. Most of these pimps end up leaving and retiring one of their old hoes. Again, they're retiring and becoming a rest haven and taking care of a hoe that has had over 10,000 dicks in her hoeing lifetime. Okay, so yes, Platinum, it was more likely for a pimp or game guy to be the person to take care of that burnt out bitch than the slow nigga.
That's gonna be y'all church niggas.
Can I address what this nigga
bring it
said,
back
please?
to something else?
Can I address it? Because he addressed this to me.
Go ahead, Lil Big Nate.
You address this to me. Okay.
Go ahead.
Platinum, I told you several months ago, we don't fuck the same women. Not in a million fucking years would I guess we fuck
I agree with that.
women, nigga. Okay, I've seen the type of women you hang around, nigga. Okay? I've seen the fat, disgusting, slob-ass, gorilla glue-haired motherfuckers you hang around. You need to stop, nigga. You're already burnt out, okay? With your 8-hour live streams that you sleep in the middle of. How about you watch your fucking mouth when you talk to me? All right?
Nigga right here.
How about you watch your fucking mouth?
Go back to something.
All right, Reverend.
All right? I've already been through the marriage hell in 2004 and got custody of my children. I've been a G with my shit ever since. Okay? You don't want to compare your life to mine.
I'm not thinking about
I'll show you what I've built in the last 20 years.
I don't
you
care.
show me
I was trying to comment on
Platinum, show me what you built in the last 20 years, son.
This is ridiculous.
All right. Time out. All right, that's enough.
Our stream was so cool at first.
We gonna leave.
He lost his shit.
We gonna leave.
Yeah, I'm murking niggas. That's what I'm gonna do.
All right, Big Nate, be cool. All right. We gonna switch gears. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. Appreciate everybody who's supporting the show. Everybody who's supporting the show. I appreciate all of y'all. We're gonna go to Pablo. Pablo new on the panel. He ain't said nothing. So go ahead, Pablo. You got the floor.
What's up? You know this is right down my alley, man. This is right down my alley. So to Lil Big Nate, who is concerned about the downfall of Western society if prostitution were to be legalized.
I never said that.
Oh,
I never said that.
All right, Nate, be cool. Just
why are you putting words in my mouth?
He made an honest mistake.
Lil Big Nate, do we have convenience stores that are prevalent in the United States?
Mm-hmm.
Do you do your grocery shopping at convenience stores?
No, sir.
Okay. That is the same way that men in other societies view prostitution, brothels, courtesans,
preach it, Lord,
working girls, and even their mistresses. They view it as a convenience. It's not their main dish, and it doesn't wreck the society.
Pablo, you missed my point, sir. I said if you're a prostitute, it's your occupation, it's the man's money, go do what you do. My contention is we have millions of girls engaged in prostitution behavior. And how could, with the marriage rates dropping precipitously the way they are, how do you say it's not indicative of a broader problem, a moral problem among large groups of women?
It's not.
And here's the problem.
We actually like women like that. We actually encourage women to be like. I like loose women. I like to fuck.
No,
I don't get that.
You'll never build a civilization off Platinum's mindset. That's
hold on. Let's go back to Pablo, gentlemen. Let's go back to Pablo. He's new.
All right, yeah, let's
Pablo's
do that.
Pablo's new.
Platinum is an example of the problem. You know why? Because he also likes to go to OnlyFans and pay them to do nothing but titillate them.
That's a problem.
Me and the other gentleman on the panel that advocate what we advocate is we want value for what we're getting.
She got to put in work.
If you deal with us, you're gonna ride up and down on a cop. Now we can talk, we can have dinner, we can go out and do all that, but at the end of the day, we're going to obtain what we want. You're not going to titillate us for free. You're not going to titillate us. No, you're going to provide something. And you, Platinum, are part of the problem because you like to go on these OnlyFans and give them money and let them sit up there and dance and twerk and do all of that for nothing.
And we are not going to force a chick. The chick got every option to walk out there.
Nobody's
let me ask, and I do. Hold on, wait, time out. I do want to circle it back to Big Nice. See if Big Mike want to get in here because he is a keynote speaker. But Platinum, I do got to ask you this question: how do you logically make sense that you criticize guys for tricking, but you always talking about being on OnlyFans? And I'm assuming that you do, even though it probably be some 7-day free trials here and there, but I'm sure you spend some money on OnlyFans from time to time. How do you justify that if you're criticizing guys who are tricking and actually having sex with the woman?
In the interest of moving the conversation forward, I have deliberately not responded to a lot of the allegations. Look, but yeah, I do spend. I'm over on Only. Yeah, you'll find me hanging out over on OnlyFans. A lot of action over there.
Well, you have no. Well, then you can't say anything.
Wait a minute.
Let him talk. You gotta let him talk.
I am not a paid subscriber over there. There's a lot of free content. There's a lot of go to my Snapchat, go to my IG. It's a lot of energy over there. Yeah, I go over there from time to time.
Platinum. So I don't like the Platinum. Let me ask this important question. Are you telling me under oath in a courtroom with your Bible on one hand and a lie detector connect to your other hand, you can say you've never spent a penny on OnlyFans?
If I've been to OnlyFans, it's to update women.
Yes or no?
Wait a minute. You gonna let me answer the question?
I ain't gonna.
A yes or no question that's coming in the form of a paragraph is not exactly answering.
You're not letting me, because it's deeper than that. You want me to?
Okay,
look,
go ahead. Answer it however you answering it.
I've been over on OnlyFans. It's to update women who I actually put up the content. I control their channels. I deal with OnlyFans. I like the energy over there. As far as someone coming over there buying subscriptions and tricking, I did not disagree with that or interfere with that statement Pablo made. In the interest of moving the conversation forward here, I said I'll just accept these arrows, despite the fact they're not true, Pablo. I have no idea or how you would even know I'm over there on some paid subscription.
Do you know how I know? Because I've seen you share screens of women who require payment to be on there.
I was on the front page. You have to.
Well, no, you were deep in the photos. Platinum, don't make me do this. Don't make me do this.
Don't make me do this. I'm gonna say this again, Pablo. Tomorrow.
Don't make me go live. Don't make me go live. Don't make me do it.
Okay,
don't make
me go live, Pablo. Tomorrow. I am engaged in a business relationship. I will be shooting content for a new OnlyFans girl. I do it. That's a part of my lifestyle. I'm over there off and on. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm on Twitter. I'm around. But I'm saying the tricking though. We talking about a little bit.
Ain't no credit card on there.
Well, I hope not. I hope the hell not.
Platinum, I will give you a pass if you can say that you over there doing business and you're in the black. If you're doing business and you in the black, I'll give you a pass.
Oh, I'm in the black, but I'm super black.
All right.
So wait a minute.
Wait a minute. You can't prove it, and I can't.
Wait a minute. You're disrespecting your customers now, because now you want to take their money and then disrespect them and come up here on a panel and say how they're tricks and they shouldn't be doing this and that. Now you're taking money out your own pocket. Is that what you like?
You like the owner of McDonald's shaming fat people.
Look, the tricking always gonna be the trick. And I said you men shouldn't trick. Now, if you want to trick, you can trick. We know certain guys
they
don't
shouldn't,
trick.
Platinum, you wouldn't have business over there now, would you?
Yeah.
I don't even call that trick. Tricking is getting it.
You don't call it tricking.
No,
okay.
Tricking is buying paid content. Oh, okay, someone has a OnlyFans. They get you subscribed. Wait a minute. Then they say for $55, buy this, access this paid content. Me playing with a dildo. That's paid content. Within that, they say if you want a personal one-on-one with me, call this number. That's more of the tricking.
No,
you got to talk about somebody who went to the OnlyFans page on the back end, not even inside a paywall. You talking about me? I'm over there doing research.
We talking about paywall. I'm over there behind the paywall, Platinum. We talking about. Hold on.
A lot of that goes on outside the paywall.
Yeah, but you guys have no idea. Platinum, you running. Hold on, Platinum. Slow down. So Platinum again. Platinum, wait. So hold on. A man that pays a woman directly and he gets sex directly is a trick. Okay, hold on. All right, that's why I slow down. But a man that pays a woman for photos or videos and does not get sex directly is not a trick. Is that what you're saying?
That's tricking.
So they both are tricking.
No, one's a trick. That's him as a man. The other one is tricking.
Okay, again, you're playing
there is a difference.
So again,
there is a difference.
So there's not a difference. Again, you can't trick without be tricking without being a trick. So again, I'm gonna say it to you again, Platinum, real slow. So again,
I heard you the first time, but I had to defer to the guy who said that's trick, and I agree with him. I would allow him to speak if I have any time. I give all my time to the brother who wants to expound on that. Go ahead.
Well, again, both of them are
different. Tricking. Go ahead. I want to hear what he has to say. Go ahead.
There's a difference because one is your actual being is a trick. The other one's just displaying actions of a trick. That's the difference between tricking. It's just like let me break it down like this. It's just like
you picked the wrong guy.
We have all stepped before. We have all stepped before, but we are not all stepped.
Brother, no.
Is that a true statement?
No, it's not a true statement. Listen,
that is. You're not.
Yeah, man. Listen, bro. Stop it. Listen, okay. The person that's actually getting sex out of the deal, at least he's getting something. He's actually getting to enjoy pleasure for whatever the price may be, $40 or $100 or whatever the price is. The person that's paying a woman for the illusion, he is still doing the same thing, but without the actual satisfaction and reward that the person that's paying directly is getting.
Exactly.
So again, what are you saying? This is why I say y'all, man, you guys just can't disingenuous, bro.
Hey, check it out. Hey, Bernard, check it out, man. Man, this has been a great conversation, man. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. This is the heat.
Man,
Bowdy, Little Big Nate, Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Research, Platinum Elite Game Changer, and Pablo, man. I appreciate y'all, coming on here, kicking it, man, vibing with me, man. But hey, check it. One of my little breezes just called, man, because you heard her call earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, I did hear that. I muted you up. I didn't want the internet, the YouTube to catch you negotiating.
Hey, I was gonna let you listen to the conversation. I was gonna let her know that hey, bitch, you own. And so I wanted her to holler at you, man, but you went ahead and muted it. So fuck it.
Yeah. So I was trying to look out for you just in case.
Yeah. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, I'm about to go ahead.
Wait, before you leave, Mike, so you was about to let everybody know the level of the pimping, but we was busy arguing with some dudes who ain't traveled, ain't went nowhere, Ain't
Hey,
got
yo,
it. Okay,
I got a passport, bro. I've been places, so
Yeah, bro. I
I don't
challenge
know.
nigga.
You gotta know who you're
I've
talking
been
about
all
when
over
you
the
talk
world,
about
man.
it.
I mean, if you're
I didn't say
All
we
right,
ain't.
hold on,
So
hold on,
what?
hold on. Wait,
Why we
time
getting
out,
upset?
All right.
Let
like
Big
me,
Mike,
homie.
let Big Mike get his last words in.
Yeah, man. Let me
We
get
about
my
to wrap
last
this bad
words
boy
in,
up pretty
man.
soon. Let Big Mike
You
get his
finna
last
wrap it
words
up?
in before he roll.
Yeah, I'm about to
I might wrap it
man.
up.
Oh, I got 2 more seconds.
Okay. Well, before I go, I'd just like to say the fix is in as far as society goes, man. Everyone's talking about the collapse of society. The oligarchs, man, the people that's running this shit, man. Yeah, they're using feminism as a way to basically destroy society from within already. You know what I mean? The fix is already in. And, we talking about we don't want to like empower women. The best way to undercut a woman's power in society right now would be to legalize prostitution. Because when you do that, you basically, because women as a whole want to be able to hold the power of the pussy over your head as a collective. You go ahead, you interject prostitution into this mix, and all that bullshit's going to stop. Society makes too much money off the pussy. When you go ahead, you think about law enforcement, you think about the courts, you're thinking about education, you're thinking about social justice warrior bullshit. Man, the pussy is running all of this shit, man. You know what I mean? And to go ahead and undercut their power, the worst thing in the world for them would be to legalize prostitution. Real nigga shit. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all having me on, and I'm out.
All right, thanks, man. Great conversation. It got wild like it always do, but it was good. It was good. Glad to have you. Look forward to having you back again. All right,
no
peace,
doubt,
man. Peace. All right. I was gonna wrap it up.
Can I get 2 seconds to say?
Yeah. Okay, I'll let everybody get off the last thing they want to get off and tie a bow on whatever little argument was going on. Yeah, I can try to finish it up. Go ahead.
I just had 2 things real quick about being a trick versus if you are tricking. I mean,
That sounds like one of them Derek Jackson sexual relationship without sex type shit. But go
no,
ahead.
because you can be there's gamers and there's people that just play a game here and there. You know what I'm saying? There's people that real life they game. That's what they do. And there's some people that just, hey, I get on the sticks a couple times, whatever, whatnot. But I wanted to go to the point of this.
Battle Thug, hold on, but let me add this about the tricking. That's a dude that's spending their bread. She ain't never had sex with him, so he's not a trick, but he tricking.
Right.
He's like, you're
It's
gonna
the trick
fly
action, yeah.
You're gonna fly to the Super Bowl, and
So you're an unsuccessful trick. You're still a trick. You just
You're getting what you want.
Hold on, Platt. If he flying her out to the Super Bowl, that ain't tricking. That's balling.
but what I'm saying is, okay, no, it's not. That's tricking, and I'm saying that's the tricking. It's like you can look at your homeboy and say, man, you with the tricking. I know you ain't no trick. Like you ain't that just
a trick.
Buying pussy like that. But you with the tricking. You tricking.
It's the act.
Thank you.
It's the act as far as being.
Platinum. Look at this from a legal standpoint. Can you get a robbery charge without being a robber?
Probably not.
All right.
Bam. You stole something. Don't mean you're a robber.
For real.
Yeah.
I do it for real.
But he talking about real. Yeah, but he talking about the OnlyFans, the Pornhub, the IG. Wait a minute, Cash App.
Yeah, that is tricking.
Unsuccessful trick. You are a slow trick. At least against you. You are an unintelligent trick, bro. That's all you are. At least the person that's actually
you still a trick.
You're using shaming language. I thought you guys were
shaming is good.
Well,
Shaming is good. Hold on. Let me say this so I can get out of here. I want to say this to Bernard. Look, let me just take 60 seconds, fella. Look, this is why I feel shaming is good. Okay, this is why I don't believe in such a thing as shaming language, because we in the manosphere, we use it to our convenience. Simp, tricking, all this stuff is shaming language. So we can't say that shaming language is a bad thing if we're the ones constantly using it. That's the first thing I say to Bernard, not the panel. The second thing, I'm looking at Bernard's face as some people are saying what they're saying. And it's throwing Bernard off, let alone, and I'm quite sure some people agree with it, but here's what it comes down to, fellas, and I'll leave y'all with this. Certain people have a narrative that they believe about these will betray you chicks. And some of us know that the chicks will betray and have come to the conclusion it don't matter as long as I get my outcome out of the chick. So we can shame people like me for that, but that's my reality when it comes to the chick. Some of your girlfriends I'm getting mouth from or have gotten mouth from before. These chicks are not in a honorable position, no matter how bad you dudes want them to be, no matter how much you want them to come to the table. These chicks, young or old, as I said earlier, will choose the money route, Mr. Bernard. So therefore, when dudes have their narrative, that's why Mr. Fantastic is exposing it, because it's inconsistent. And I'm not talking about nobody personally on the panel. I'm just saying, gentlemen, whatever y'all do, just be consistent about your own theory, because people like Bernard are looking like, what the hell? How did that make sense? That's the only thing I leave y'all with. And look, I'm going to keep using these chicks to my advantage. I love women. I love romance, but it's going to be to my advantage, period.
Well,
that's all I'll leave y'all with.
Let me say this real quick, and then let's almost do a whole damn show on shaming. But just to say, to add a point to what you said about shaming, there's nothing wrong with shaming. It depends on what you shaming somebody for. If some dude is some serial impregnating dude who ain't taking care of his kids and ain't even trying, I will shame him.
Agreed.
But for example, the women who shame a chick that's a pick me, who being, you know, completely on board and submissive to her man. Okay, they shaming a woman for doing something that's not bad. So it depends on what you shaming for. Some people will shame you for doing the right thing. So that's where I'm at with the shaming. It gotta be, if you're shaming somebody, let's hope that whatever you're shaming them for is something bad that has an overall bad effect that people need to not do.
Calling somebody a trick, calling somebody a trick, calling somebody a simp
is doing
is
right
shaming,
now.
ain't it, Bernard?
What Fantastic was doing.
Hold on. Wait, hold on, real quick, game
Hold on,
changer.
I gotta ask
When
you
you
a
say
question.
calling somebody a simp, it depends on if they really
It
on some
depends.
bullshit. I don't mind somebody shaming a simp.
His dick.
Hold on, wait, no. The thing about a simp is spending money and not getting pussy. Now you can say it's his money. Yeah, but we can say, dude, you being stupid if you spending all that money on broad and she
But
ain't
that's
even
him being stupid. That's another man choosing to be stupid.
I know, but yeah, you can shame somebody for being stupid if they spending all that money on a chick and she ain't even giving them a shoulder rub. We can say, dude, that's stupid.
Okay,
So I don't
so
consider.
all I'm gonna say this is Bernard. There's a blurred line when we do use the word simp, because you got people that don't even know whether that person's benefiting or how they benefiting.
Exactly.
Yet they throw the word out. Look, I had two chicks out on the track walking for me back in 1992. Most of these dudes ain't never even had no pimping situation, yet they using pimping language. So I'm offended on that. But
yeah,
much love.
Some people,
much
yeah,
love.
oh yeah, definitely. Thanks for coming through.
that's something
Most people,
Thanks for coming through.
They will call a dude a simp and have no idea if he's getting reciprocity. But if he just treating a woman right, they'll say simp. But no, maybe she going 10 times harder for him than what he doing for her. You don't know that. So that's where it could get goofy. But go ahead, game changer. You was about to say something.
Oh no, I was going to ask research which strip in 1992, but he's gone. So I just want to say what Fantastic was doing when he was addressing Platinum. He was really more pointing out hypocrisy, not really using shaming language. He's basically saying the language that you use can be used upon you. In Platinum, you kind of sound like a dude that says, I'm not a murderer, I'm a killer, and to point that out, I don't think that that's really shaming language. I just think that, it's shaming language. Is shaming language if a person should be ashamed of being a hypocrite. So in that regard, it is. But he's not shaming you by calling you. I am making my point.
Okay, you got to keep doing it. You going to do it again, or you going to stop?
Okay.
I'm a hypocrite. Okay, can I address that?
I only stop when I interrupt and when I'm interrupted. No, because you said make your point and I'm making it. Now, so it can be considered shaming language because one should be ashamed of being a hypocrite, or you can just consider it as a way of indirectly pointing out that one is a hypocrite. So before we just accuse Fantastic of calling, of using shaming language,
okay, go ahead.
It's really just define what shaming language is, because I think that this was an indirect way of calling Platinum a hypocrite.
Okay, y'all, you finished?
You got it, Platinum.
There's a pause, I'm finished.
Okay. All right, not. All right. I don't care what he's. I'm not no damn hypocrite. Hey, if you're a trick, you're a trick. The tricking is the tricking. The simping is the simping. You're trying to get at the bitch, so you're tricking and you're simping. I mean, that's your game. I don't care. I don't really criticize. If you come to me with it, if you up to me, I am gonna say something. I'm not shaming. I'm just addressing the fact. You know me. Y'all talk about the bitch like the bitch ain't shit. The hoe she a hoe she a hoe. Then fuck her for free, then nigga. If you're such a game, no. Now I get interrupted. See, you're a trick. Oh, you call me a trick. Oh, you wrong. Wait, why can't you fuck her for free? I'm fucking her for free. You paying for the pussy though.
I'll explain.
Understand that one though. Figure that one out. No, because I'm saying she going. The woman is going. You ain't got a trick on her, bro.
Now, if
she want to go get her bread, let her go get her bread. It don't have to come from you.
But Platinum, let me ask you a question though.
And then hold on. Wait a minute, because I ain't finished. If I touch down and where you out there? You in South Carolina? Where you out there, Fantastic? You over there?
I'm in Jacksonville now. I'm in Jacksonville.
You in Jacksonville? You over there in Macon, Georgia? Nigga,
Macon, Georgia is not Jacksonville, but I'm from Macon, Georgia.
I didn't say it was. You in Macon. That's where you from. I go out to Macon, out there where you from. I put my motherfucking bid in with them hoes. Nigga, I spit at every hole damn near in the motherfucking little community or whatever. I spit at all them motherfuckers. They'll know about me. Somebody tell you, who's this dude out here?
Okay, so this is the question.
Now, wait to do anything else in life.
But
wait a minute. What else
wait a minute. The tricking thing. I touch down and pull out my wallet. Yo, I'm gonna give you 150. Yo, you thick and fine. Hey, what's your name? Yo, I'm a dude. I'm from I'm Game Changer from California. I'm with the trick, and he go a 500 for the pussy. I don't do that. That ain't my steez.
Well, I don't think nobody's paying 500 for uncertified pussy. But let me hop in here.
Don't know.
Again, stop. Anyway, Platinum. So I'm gonna ask you the question. I asked you one of your I guess followers.
Oh yeah, you know I'm glad you let me say before I go. Lucario, my nigga. Ain't nothing wrong. Nothing. If you got a problem with Lucario, you ain't even cut from this cloth. You ain't no real.
I'm glad.
I question you as a man.
Well, let me say this. Platinum. Let me say this. Let me say this. Platinum. Let me say this then.
Amplify that, brother. Amplify. Okay. Let's turn him all the way up.
Okay. So let me address that. Even though I was talking about, let me address this again. Any man that marries a woman and has her carry his name and wears wedding ring to get fucking skeeted on by other men, and he gives her permission to do it.
A real man.
That's a man.
That's a real man.
That's an issue.
Let me have this on. Let me have it. I need no help. So I guess I don't ever want to be cut from that cloth. As a matter of fact, I don't even want to know what the fabric is. Secondly, going back to my point, Platinum. So what percentage of the women do you deal with that you fuck absolutely 100% scot-free, not one penny, one dime spent?
Right now, out of 6, 4. So they with the shit. So I mean, you do have to deal with, they do bullshit, and you have to, there's certain aspects.
So 4 out of 6 breaks down to 2/3. 2/3 is what? So you're saying that's like, damn. That's like 80%. So you're saying 80% of the women you deal with. So okay, well let's bump it up to 10 because you said 4 out of 6. So let's bump it up.
How does that matter?
Well, again, well, this is the thing. You still prove my point. You didn't say 100%. At some point in time, Platinum, you're going to pay. Okay, and like you said, brother, I didn't interrupt you, Platinum. Let me get myself, brother. You know I'll let you get time. So this is what we're saying, okay? All right, and then you said they're with the shit. So when I say you say they're with the shits, I imagine you're not talking about 8, 9s, or dimes. You're talking about 5s and maybe some 4s and 2s and fews or whatever, what have you. So of course, those women are going to be a whole lot easier. But the more you progress up the ladder of attractiveness of the woman, the more likely it is that you're going to have to pay at some point. That's the only thing I'm saying, man. Mathematically, Platinum.
Okay. And I'm gonna be quiet. I just gotta correct your homework, okay? Pay is not tricking, okay? If you're talking about getting involved with a woman, as far as y'all in some type of relationship, there's money transferred between both of you. I agree. You're saying tricking. You keep blending.
No.
Right. I gotta take a red magic marker and give you an F.
Wait.
Because you keep putting paying and tricking. That's two different things. You're talking about tricking is a thirsty nigga trying to buy some pussy.
All right, Platinum. So hold on. Wait. Platinum. Again.
You just heard the way that Big Mike broke down and explained his trick, and he didn't sound like a thirsty nigga trying to buy some pussy. So there are different levels and aspects to it.
And furthermore, Platinum, I'm gonna have to become the teacher as the student and kick you out of the classroom, because again, we break this down mathematically. Okay, at the end of the day, money spent is money spent. There is no math, has no emotion there, old fella. Okay, so if you give the bitch and you guys are enjoying a meal for $125, that's $125 spent, while the trick is paying the bitch $125 directly. Is it 125 equal to 125 or not, Platinum?
No, that's simping though. You keep
no. You get the pussy in both ways.
No. You taking it out.
The end result in both things is pussy. The dude that takes her on the date is fucking. The dude that's tricking is fucking. So
No,
again,
different.
I'm gonna ask you again, Platinum. Is 125 not equal to 125?
Battle Thug, why can't he understand this?
Well, I mean, you're
because there's a difference and people don't understand distinctions.
Well, again, like I said, Body Thug hasn't made one good point today, so I don't know why you're calling on him. He's 0 for 37. So don't ask him for help. Okay,
I disagree with him.
I'm gonna ask you for like the third time.
I got a brother that agrees with me.
I gave him an A on his homework. You get
no.
He's
not even in the class. He's not even in the class, bro. This dude is
in the class, bro.
No, brother, you ISS. But again, Platinum, I'm gonna ask you again, Platinum.
Can't no short bus dude tell me I'm not what I am.
Platinum. You put yourself on the short bus.
I heard you. Fantastic.
Is 125 equal to 125? Platinum, yes or no?
Fantastic. If I'm taking a woman out on dates for sex, I'm simping. Tricking is you trying to get sex from the woman. You giving her money. When you're talking about a relationship, there's money exchange between both of you.
No.
We're
talking about a relationship. We're talking about casual sex. We talking about you see a fine bitch. Ooh, she fine. You know, in your old country nigga accent. Damn, that bitch bad. I'm a slaw on her. I'm a slaw. Okay. We talking. We don't want no relationship. We don't want no marriage. We want to fuck on the bitch. Okay. We just simply trying to fuck on the bitch. Okay. Whether it be date or straight up pay. Is 125 equal to 125? Yes or no?
What? Yeah, but if you
all right, that's all it is. Case closed.
But you just said, hold on, fantastic. It's fantastic. If you was to address my community, what you say, fuck on the bitch like that, right? We would know you. We would assess you off top. You're a trick, and we allow you to fuck on one of the bitches for a fee. But there will be no fucking after head rubs. There will be no fucking conversations. You will be ran up out. As soon as you're done, you will be pushed on the corner and told to leave our premises because you're a trick.
Why would you have a problem with a trick if you're talking from the perspective of a pimp? Why are you shaming tricks?
And hold on. And hold on. So even if I was playing for pussy, what makes you think that you'd be in the vicinity or anything? What so happened?
Because you have to deal with the women you would have to deal with the women that's in our community, and we control all of that.
Well, no.
Can I ask something from
brother? If I'm paying for anything, I'm going to be the person in control until I'm done. That will be understood before I make any type of transaction. And any third party that decided to try and intervene in my transaction might end up in a place they don't want to be.
Platinum, if I was in the business of selling hamburgers, the only person I got a problem with is the person that sell tacos. I don't got a problem with the person that's buying hamburgers. Like that's
okay.
I don't understand how this works.
You want me to make you understand?
I can explain it.
Okay, but I think Game Changer could too, though. But go ahead. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and defer the game. Go ahead, Game Changer.
Okay, thank you. So basically, Bernard, it's about creating the illusion of a social hierarchy to this. A person likes to feel like they're on top of a social hierarchy. Now, even though nobody else feels that way about it, they have to do this to remind themselves, like, wait a minute, there's a social hierarchy. I just want you to say that, I'm at the top and you're at the bottom. Even though nobody actually ever sees this person on top or, doing the things that they claim to be doing or anything like that, he just wants to say, I'm better than you. That is what the shaming language is about. It's not really about hamburgers and managing. You said that you would defer to me.
I know, and you blew it. And you blew
it. A burger spot, because sometimes what's going on is you have somebody who don't even own a burger spot, that's standing on the corner on some vegan shit talking about, hey, look at y'all eating burgers. I'm better than y'all because I don't eat burgers. I eat tacos and chitlins, you know, or chitlin tacos. So it's really him attempting to do that, just standing on the corner.
Okay.
Can I ask Pablo and Tander a question?
Because I don't know what that was. That's an F, bro. And that's you got to go to.
And he also uses this language so he can seem like the person giving out the grade. See, this is also a way of him trying to aggrandize himself. I give you an F. You have no authority to give me shit.
No, but you blew the question. I know this dude right here.
No. The question was why shame, and the answer is to build your own ego. So it did answer the question. F
no, it
minus.
didn't.
Oh,
no,
God.
You got
okay.
an F.
Okay. So to everybody with a 3-digit IQ, did y'all get the answer to the question?
You fucked that up. You failed.
To everybody with a 3-digit
everything
IQ,
you said was wrong. You was wrong on everything you said. And the guy was saying the tricking and the trick is two different things. Now, you are a trick. So, and this is what me and Battle Thug know. There are some of us who, unfortunately, we made mistakes. We were involved with the tricking, the pursuit of a woman behind some money. So, you know, but hold up. But the trick, which you are a proud.
Wait.
You hold up. Game
changer.
So
basically, I just explained it, and his response is, "But you're a trick. You're a trick.
Yeah, but hold on. Wait.
Even though I don't trick, but you know,
said you was a trick.
Once again, Bernard, I was answering your question. Did you understand my answer?
Oh, I totally 100% understood your answer.
Yeah, but Platinum, hold on. We missed something very big here. So Platinum, hold on, brother. You said we would include you. So are you saying, brother, at some point in time that you have tricked yourself?
Tricking. I've been involved in the tricking. I made mistakes.
Okay, so again, hold on. Wait, Platinum, I gotta slow you down, brother. So now we gotta go back now to what. Remember, I asked you a question, right? I said, can you rob someone without being a robber?
That's got nothing to do with what you're trying.
You're
trying to bring something up that has nothing to do with this question right here. Robbery. What did it have to do with
again, it's just we're trying to break this down to legal terms.
No, you can't. No, well,
so therefore, how can you trick? How can you get involved in tricking without being a trick? Because you know, let me
because we evolve. Hold up. Wait a minute.
You know what I can say, Platinum. Give me 1 second, brother. I promise. I'm gonna kick right.
You made your point, man. You acting like Mr. Game Changer over here. You need another 5 minutes to reinstate your point.
Platinum, this is crucial.
Can he get 5 seconds to say it?
This is crucial, Platinum. Platinum, this is extremely crucial. Crucial. You know what I've never done, Platinum? I've never tricked.
Yet.
No, well, even if it's
let me correct your homework again.
I agree. Hold on, Platinum. Wait. Platinum, I agree with you. That may be possible, yes, but you have. So you've tricked. So
no, again, I said tricking. I said
okay. So again, you tricking and tricking.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. I understand the point. Got you.
Okay,
fantastic.
So
fantastic.
Well,
can I address it?
Fantastic. You're the trick.
Okay, fantastic. I do not agree with you with the rob someone analogy. Okay,
I don't. You already did. You can't take it back, brother.
It's flawed.
Okay, Battle Thug, who this is a good brother right here. You can be tricking, simping, and not necessarily be those names. The trick is the guy, Game Changer, who has acknowledged he'll come to Detroit before he's off the plane. He's propositioned 14, 15 women for pussy. I give 150 for that pussy. That's his move. That's his get down. That's his flow, which he certainly has a right to do that. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say Game Changer can't do that. He might run into some legal problems and he might get his ass whooped by a boyfriend or a brother who doesn't like him disrespecting that woman. That's, they have to deal with that. But me, I'd be like, why you guys want to be tricks? You don't believe in yourself? That's when I start getting attacked with the money and it's okay. And this is how we get down. And I'm a trick. It's like, but you are empowering women. Are you wrong? You know what you're talking about?
The problem is, Platinum, you're
right quick, because he used my name. Does anybody with a 3-digit IQ recall me mentioning leaving a plane in Detroit and going out and propositioning a bunch of women?
Never.
No.
No, I'm talking about. I'm making a point.
Oh, he was setting up a scenario. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
Well, no, but he said as game changer.
And I'm the one with I'm the one with the small visit IQ.
He said as game changer has confirmed, which I haven't.
Bruh, I said hypothetically. Nobody's trying to hold your feet to the fire.
Why would you give my confirmation to a hypothetical? Okay, go for it.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Conversation's not going.
Let me say this right here. Hold up. Let me say this right here. Game changer. Yes or no? Are you a trick in the sense that you're proud that you trick?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I think the main point is Changer's probably tricked before, and he's admitted that he's tricked before, but he doesn't consider himself.
I admitted that after sleeping with a woman dozens of times, I bought her a stove. That would go under Platinum's definition of de facto relationships and gifts exchanged during the relationships. Okay. However, I don't choose to get into the minutia of it.
So you don't you do not trick.
Oh God, if you define tricking as paying a woman directly for sex, the answer is no. However, I do not condemn those who do.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Can I bring something up?
Well, and for the record, Platinum, you are an admitted trick though. You say you tricked.
I didn't say I tricked on anybody.
Yes, you did. You just said we.
No, I said men. Battlethorn was talking about the tricking, the behavior.
No. But remember, you said we includes me, and you said we've made mistakes in the past, and you alluded to. You got a bad memory, Platinum.
Okay.
You admitted to the fact that you tricked in the past.
Okay. Can you remember this? I have not tricked, and I don't trick. Can you remember that?
But you're changing your answer, Platinum. Come on, man. You can't go back. Come on, Platinum. You better than that now. Come on now, old fellow. Come on, Platinum. Just like you, I know you didn't want to throw your old Jack friend under the bus, but he said it makes his eye twitch when his chick hops off $1,000 dick. Again, man, it's just, I know, hey, that's part of the game, baby. You take the good with the bad, okay? If your man's like, his woman getting slawed out and skeeted up in, and then he like kissing her in the mouth and, having a sensual moment.
You ever had a relation with a promiscuous woman?
To my knowledge, no.
Well, you wouldn't understand it.
Why would I purposely want to be in a relationship with a woman that's promiscuous?
Why does a woman have to be exclusive?
Well, I mean, it's safer. That's why, and it's actually a standard of human society as to where the man shows his dominance, whether it's one woman or several women, where those women are his property.
So can I chime in?
That's not modern.
All right.
You think like hold up. You think like
I'd like to chime in real quick.
Yeah, hold up.
Real quick, little big Nick. We about to wrap this up.
No problem.
You think like a caveman, bro.
Real quick. Go ahead, little big Nick.
What I hear coming from a lot of these niggas is me. All these niggas talk about. Whoa. Let me finish. All these niggas talk about is the micro. They live in their little filthy world, and I gotta get up on this and I gotta get that.
That's what I wanted to get to.
Do any of you niggas see the big picture? Do any of you think in a macro sense? And do any of you care about the fucking positioning of civilization and where things are going? No, they don't. It's all me.
That's what I was trying to get at.
Which is feminine.
All right.
Remember that. Women only care about themselves.
Yeah,
I hear a bunch of niggas that sound like women. That's what I hear.
I think Lil Big Nate is more or less talking about damn near everybody. Everybody on people on both sides.
I'm saying all these niggas talk about is me.
All right, fair points. Hey, y'all, check it out.
I was trying to get to the macro.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here.
This is it. This is the last show. No, thanks, Platin. I appreciate you coming up representing for the.
I wanted to tell him I was gonna live up. Married women, are they off the table? Because a lot of dudes, they're not off the table. I'm with those guys. Married women can be slawed out, smashed in, even with kids. They still, you want to thump on them still. I don't care these guys.
All right. I'm out of here. I got a pre-recorded dropping right now. Go click the link that Zone just put in there.
Send them to me.
Put in there right now. I'm sending people to my pre-recorded right now. I'm promoting my own shit right now.
Okay.
After that, you could drop it in there. After that's done, then you could drop it in there and pick up what's left of that audience. Y'all go check out my pre-record. Did a pre-recorded video on some chicks talking about whether or not removing the non-consensual condom removal, whether or not that is considered rape. That's what we're going to be.
Wow. Thanks, Bernard. Appreciate
that's what that pre-recorded video is about. So go ahead and check that out. Check that out.
After that pre-recorded, I'm gonna go over to Sweet Melody Speaks, and I'm gonna talk on that. We're gonna touch this subject too.
Okay, cool. All right, we out of here.
All right, peace.